trying to get you to conjure, pray to demons. 1 Timothy 3. In the latter, especially in the latter time, in the latter days,
You see what they
seducing spirits.
They didn't even look like they was way into it.
The little short one. Yeah.
Both of them, yeah.
Yeah, but they smoking weed too. Remember, they had mentioned a while back too that it's okay to smoke weed and shit. So they probably, you could tell like in their face, they look dark. Their eyes look dark. You see the demon in them.
That's crazy.
When y'all want to set it up?
Shoot, you got it?
I
I mean,
set it up. Set it up, huh?
Spike Lee?
Huh?
The Spike Lee thing?
Oh yeah. Wow.
Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of America. Before we do anything, we want to give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
double honor to the apostles and others, GreatMillStone, who do rule well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect and scattered abroad. And with that, like I said, man, we're preaching the downfall of America. Okay, telling our people and warning our people to come out and turn from your wicked ways. You can
Revelation 18:1. And that Revelation 18:4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, "Come out of her, my people."
Right. Come out of her, my people. Come out of her. As far as this, man, because scriptures say that that the Lord took us out of the world. Okay, so we're first getting our minds out of this world, and then physically we're going to get taken out of this world. So come out of her, my people. Don't be continue.
That ye be not partakers of her sins.
Right, be not partakers of her sins, man. Because in all reality, hey, you 2/3, man. You're gonna go down with Esau, man. That's it's gonna say what, that you are your father the devil. So honestly, the Lord looks at you like you're a heathen, man, because you're doing heathenistic customs. You're doing honestly, you're doing worse than the heathen, man. So yeah, be not partakers of her sins, man. You know?
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
Right, receive not of her plagues. Because again, scriptures say that what? For her sins is reached upon the heavens, man. That's so wherever the Lord sees, he knows it, man. Keep going.
For her sins have reached unto heaven,
Right.
and the Most High hath remembered her iniquity.
Right, they remember. Like what I said, man. Esau thinks that he got away with it, but the Most High knows, man. The Most High knows every single thing, every single thought, okay, that Esau is doing there, and Esau is planning. Why? Because he's putting these thoughts in Esau, man. He's using Esau, just like Esau is using you. Okay?
Reward her even as she rewarded you, and double unto her double according to her work.
Double, man. So you're gonna get double from what Esau's gonna get double when what he did to the Israelites, man. Okay? You got it.
This is Psalm chapter 50, verse 14. Offer unto the Most High thanksgiving, and pay thy vows unto the Most High, and call upon me in the day of trouble. I will deliver thee, and thou shalt glorify me.
Right. Real quick, Salaki, he said to call upon him. Who's going to call upon him? It's the elect, man. You know, scripture say what? That what's it? That he doesn't hear sinners. You know, so the ones that he's going to hear is the elect. The elect is going to call and praise his holy name, like the scripture said. You know.
Okay? It says, but unto the wicked, the Most High say, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldst take my covenant in thy mouth? Seeing thou hatest instruction, and casteth my words behind thee, when thou sawest a thief, then thou consentest with him, and hast been partakers with adulterers. Thou gavest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth wit, and thy tongue frameth deceit. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slanderest thy own mother's son. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee.
Yeah, right there, real quick. Contrary to popular belief, you know what this so-called nation pumps into you, so our children ever since like kindergarten, making you pledge allegiance to this wicked society, is that the Most High blessed America. What do they say? God bless America. But it's contrary. This place was built on the bloodshed of the Israelites, rape, rob, pillaging, and murder of the Israelites, the apple of the Lord's eye, which is what it says from Genesis to Revelation. So now, what it's going to sow, reap what you sow, even if you want to call it a so-called universal law, it's a biblical law of the Most High, that now this place is going to reap everything that is sowed. All the hatred, all the so-called racism, all the rape, robbery, and murder, now it's all going to come back onto this devil's head, and that's what we're seeing with this, with the fulfillment of Joel and other prophecies saying that the weak say I am strong. You're seeing the BRICS nation about to put a foot in the ass of America, because this is all prophecy. This is all what's that saying? The chickens coming home to roost. Pretty much everything that this devil has done is going to come onto his head, and that's what we're reading from Revelation and what the brother was just reading.
This is verse 21. These things hast thou done, and I kept silence. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee, and I will set them in order before thine eyes.
Yeah, so that was for a small season that this devil was supposed to put his foot in our ass and pillage us, burn us, castrate us, cut open our pregnant women, because our people went off and the Most High is true to his word. But now that season is up. The Lord is gathering his elect. His elect are coming back, and that's who he's going to build his kingdom off of, the elect. So now once the elect got it, all the seals are open, all the understanding has flooded of the four corners of the earth. Now it's time for Esau's downfall. That's what we're reaching. Real quick, you got that? Real quick verse.
It says Numbers 35 and 33. It says, so you shall not lose the land where ye are, for blood.
This is a law.
It says, for blood is defiling the land, and the land cannot be cleansed of the blood that is shed therein, but by the blood of them that shed it.
Yeah, so that's the law, that the only way to make it right, this devil will shed the blood of the Israelites on this continent, is now the redemption of his elect, and the Most High wiping this place out with the blood of the damn perpetrator, the one that caused it, the murderer. The blood of the murderer now is going to be spilled, and this continent is going to be made a memorial in the kingdom of heaven. You got it back.
Now, I'm going to finish it up. Verse 22. Now consider this, ye that forget the Most High, least I tear you in pieces, and there be none to deliver. Whoso offer praises, glorify me, and to him that ordereth his conversation aright will I show the salvation of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi.
That's right. And honestly, it said tear you in pieces. But here it is, you got these churches thinking that God is all love, but you're going to find out in that day, man. You know, if God loves everybody, man. You know? So, real quick, I got something that's, because we talking about prophecies, because honestly, I was listening to Elder Reinlab coming down here, and prophecy is really important. That's why, again, the Lord told us to watch. What are we watching for? We're watching for the signs. So if you're not watching and you're not focusing on prophecy, you're not a prophet, man. You're not a man of the Lord. So real quick, this is Isaiah chapter 34 and verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail, none should want her mate, for my mouth it hath commanded, and his spirit it hath gathered. So long story short, you come to the book of the Lord and read. And it also you have to go to the prophets to understand what's going on. Okay, like it says in Proverbs, the first chapter, where it says what? Going to this chief place of concourse, and wisdom cries without, she utters a voice in the streets. So this knowledge, if you want to know what's going on, you come out in the streets and find the prophets of the Lord. Okay?
Yeah, for over 70 years now, the prophets have been out. Since the 60s, roundabout, they have been out, but time after time, decade after decade, was putting out the Most High's word in these last days. And now, especially with the YouTube and the internet coming around the 21st century, now is that it's really magnified to all four corners of the earth. And that's why you see camps on all four corners of the earth, in the main streets, in the main concourse, in the main intersections, the highways and byways, as prophesied. How come you don't see the fake Jew out there? Because those are not the people of the Lord. How come there's not camps of so-called Israelis out there on all four corners speaking out against the abominations in the midst? Because that's not the Lord's people. And now it's happening. There was the season that the prophets would go forth, and now we're going to enter the season that the prophets are going to be withdrawn. Because to bring it the next season, there is not going to be a word out here. There is not going to be answers. There's going to be great persecution, and it's going to be the downfall of Babylon. We're seeing the last prophecy come to pass.
This is Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. See that? And that's what we're doing right now, man. So it's nothing new, you know. The scriptures say the spirit of the prophets are subject to the prophets, man. So the prophets that were there before are come back now. Keep going, verse 9, it says, the prophets which prophesy of peace, when the word of the prophet shall come to pass, then shall the prophet be known that the Lord hath truly sent him. Okay? So yeah, that you'll know, because why? Because first and foremost, speaking of prophecy, so scriptures say before they spring forth, I tell you, I forgot the whole thing, but before they spring up, I'll tell you what you get. Right, before they spring forth, I'll tell you of them. So the Lord's gonna tell you through his men what's going to happen before it happens.
Well, another good precept is the Lord saying, reveal it the secret unto his servants the prophets.
Right. Amos 3:7, man. You know? So, so if you want to know something, you go to the prophets.
That's all part of the Most High also being just and merciful. The fact that he sends out his prophets before anything, and the 2/3 of the wicked actually murder the prophets. Which is again one of the season we're going to go into, because the same spirits are back, and the same people that are pretending to be holier than thou, they're the same 2/3 that persecuted the Lord, that protested for him to be murdered. So it's the same thing with the prophets now. All the prophets ain't taking the MOTB. They got to be a bunch of terrorists and all put them down. So we're really going to see who is of the Lord's and who is of their father of devils in these last days.
Yeah, real quick. This is prophecy in the etymology. It says the function of a prophet inspires utterance, the prediction of the future events. It says gift of interpreting the will of the gods. But really we know it's one God. Right. You know? Meaning things spoken or written by a prophet. Which we know prophet means what to say before. Right. You know, so the prophets have, matter of fact, we read this here. This is prophet in the etymology. We just read prophecy, this is prophet. It says person who speaks for the Most High, one who foretells inspired preaching.
And what's funny about these so-called Christians is that they can't believe that there would be prophets today because they're so spiritually blinded. They think that the prophets were of old, that the Bible is some type of mythological book. They don't understand that the book itself prophesies about the prophets coming back in the last days. So again, the Most High has sent out his prophets right before the downfall of any of these wicked kingdoms. How he's not going to send out his prophets before the end of Babylon the Great. This is going to be the great stamp that's spoken of, even echoing into the kingdom what the Most High did to Babylon the Great. So how are the prophets not going to be sent out in this case?
Second Esdras 15:1. Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord.
I will put in my mouth. So the Lord's going to put it in our mouths and say, so honestly, we're not going off for our own vain opinions. You know, it's going, thus saith the Lord. Just like it says all throughout the scriptures, is the prophets say, thus saith the Lord. So keep going. You got it.
And cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true.
Faithful and true. So again, like I said, man, as far as this, that we're not going off our own vain opinion, we're going through the scriptures.
And that's how the word has been passed down, through being written on scrolls and everything. That's also another reason why this devil wants to do things as book burnings, outlaw the Bible itself, and have everything digital, because through the flip of a switch, you can erase it all. That's what you saw like in the book of Eli, post this shit getting put to death, and everything had already been gone. There was only one Bible left. So that's what this devil's goal is, to change history, manipulate, and alter even what happened to us in slavery, that that we were so-called indentured servants and everything. This devil is trying to rewrite history and trying to take away this book, because this is the #1 history book in the world. He wants to also take it away. And that's because we have understanding now, is that he has his worldwide campaign, because he knows that the truth is out.
Yeah, and that's why, Esau, the other nations, 2/3, that's why they hate the prophecies, because the prophecies are actually terrifying to them, man. The prophecies is nothing nice about them, man.
Right. Hey, I got the word inspired, right? I got it in 2 definitions. This is the Collins English. Inspired. If someone or something inspires you to do something new or unusual, they make you want to do it. Now, this is another one real quick. Inspired. It says of extraordinary quality, as if arising from some external creative impulse. It says number 2. Right. It says number 2. Of air or another substance that is breathed in. That is breathed in. Because we know inspired means breath. Right. The Lord blows his breath upon you. Remember Ezekiel was breath upon the dry bones?
Yeah.
Right? And
That's why it's also synonymous, and says that the word wickedness is word will bring you to life.
Yeah, I got just one more. Merriam-Webster, it says inspired, outstanding or brilliant in a way, outstanding or brilliant in a way or to a degree suggestive of divine inspiration gave an expired performance.
That's the power of the Most High. That's the spirit coming upon man.
Like you said, about the breath. And that breath is just knowledge and understanding that the Lord puts into you. Because that's also again being a prophet. So the Lord, what he does is he puts his words in you, and then you speak it out of you. You speak it through him. Real quick, this is Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 4. It says, then the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, before I formed thee into the belly, I knew thee. And before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee and ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So the Lord has these prophets that he keeps, and that he knows, and that he put the breath into. So these men of the Lord, these men are not ordinary men. These are men that actually the Lord chose. Okay. Yes, sir? Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me, and before thee of old, prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil, and of pestilence. So, prophets that did doing the same thing. Brother saying the brother GreatMillStone, it's the same doctrine. Act out here prophesying against, what is it? Great kingdoms. And also the key thing that you said, speaking the same thing, because here it is. We don't go off again. We don't go off of our opinion, and also we keep it the same. There's no switch up or anything like that. Man.
Showing you reincarnation, right? Which is another topic, but it proves reincarnation because, like you mentioned earlier, how the Lord, and the brother read the scripture, how the Lord has chosen that He ordained him to be a prophet unto the nations. He told Jeremiah, I knew thee before I formed thee in the belly. I knew thee. That proves reincarnation. Because every time Jeremiah comes back, he's going to do what? The will of the Father.
This scripture right here proves it. This is Psalm of David, Psalm 16 and 5. The Lord is the portion of my inheritance and my cup. And it says, thou maintainest my lot.
Ain't lot. So every brother, even the wicked, the wicked come back in their lot.
I'm going to say too, so long story short, the same things that they were speaking back then is the same thing we're speaking now. So there's again, nothing new under the sun. Speaking the same thing, but you have other men speaking different things. First, they're talking about one thing, but then they're switching up to talking about another thing. And that's all throughout Israel, man. I can name, what's the case? I'm not going to name, But again, that's just, hey,
I was going to say, Mark them that caused the mission. You got it.
Yeah, I'll say, okay, well, IUIC, for instance, first they're with the name, but then they're not with the name. And then honestly, I feel like the spirit is really getting on the name, man, because a lot of people are just throwing away the name. And here it is that the Lord's true men are going to keep the name, man. The Lord's chosen is going to keep the Lord's name, man. So the name, and that's the thing, the name is important. Like, I'm just so baffled at the fact that these guys just take the name so lightly. Like, that's the name that there's no name given under heaven, that we shall be saved by, roughly paraphrasing.
Real quick, since you mentioned IUIC, the spirit inside of IUIC, and the brother's talking about, brothers changing up. The head of IUIC being named, he even had lessons teaching the Most High's name in the proper form, in the proper Hebrew, and now he'll say that it doesn't matter, the way a lot of false scoffers do. So, based on that, I've got this precept. 2 Timothy 3 and 13, it says, but evil men and seducers shall wax worse and worse, deceiving and being deceived. They're going to be deceived their damn selves. They could think that they're taking a bag, that what they're doing is not so bad. They're still behind the scenes because they're being deceived by demons as well. So they think that it's no big deal. I'm still doing good for the community. I'm still, I'm explaining behind the scenes that the name matters. Whatever bugged out bullshit the demons are telling them is because they're also being deceived. And it's because their lot is also to deceive. So that's why it's also very critical how our apostles and elders tell us not to be a damn follower. You have to be a student. Seek the Lord and you shall find, is what the scripture says. So leading us to the next verse. But continue thou in the things which thou hast learned and hast been assured of, knowing of whom thou hast learned them. You have to be assured that you learn of who you learned from. If you learn from a false prophet and you don't really seek and search that out and you're being deceived, you're going to be destroyed. Is your life and your soul salvation on the line? 15. And that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures. Also, because this is a book for the elect, from the elect. So like the brother was saying that a prophet is ordained even before the womb. And that from a child thou hast known the Holy Scriptures, which are able to make thee wise unto salvation. The scriptures also speak about remembrance. The remembrance is, again, for the elect. The elect are going to remember, because the elect are the ones that, how the brother brother was saying before, are back in their lot. So the elect are always going to be the elect. The elect are always going to remember. The elect are always going to come back to this word.
And matter of fact, just to back you up, you're talking about the elect, and you brother mentioned the name also.
Yeah.
This is a quick precept. This is oh man.
Well, you got
I got it. Yeah, this is Sirach chapter 17. Matter of fact, let me go here. Bear with me 1 second. Sirach chapter 17. This is Sirach chapter 17 and verse 4. And put the fear of man upon all flesh, and gave him dominion over the beasts and fowls. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th place he imparted them understanding.
Right, real quick, the 5 operations is what? The senses. So you got the see, touch, hear, smell, and hear.
It says, and in the 7th, speech.
Right, the speech. So in all reality, because if you go to the precepts that go to that, as well as where Adam, which breathed the breath into Adam, and that breath was the knowledge and understanding. So that he put into it.
Let me read it again. It says, Sirach chapter 17 and 4, verse 5. They received the use of the 5 operations of the Lord, and in the 6th place he imparted them understanding. And in the 7th, speech, an interpreter of the cognitation thereof, counsel, and a tongue, and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand. With he filled them with the knowledge of understanding. It says counsel, and a tongue, and eyes, ears, and a heart gave he them to understand. With he filled them with the knowledge of understanding, and showed them good and evil. He set his eye upon their hearts, that he might show them the greatness of his works. He gave them to glory in his marvelous acts forever, that they might declare his works with understanding. And the elect shall praise his holy name. Yeah.
Hey. So those gifts past the 5 senses, which are all the spirit of understanding, knowledge, wisdom, understanding, the breath. All right, that was only given to the elect. The 2/3 still are going to be blinded to this day until they get put to death and destruction.
Just real quick. Revelation 14, verse 1, and I'm talking verse 5. It says, "And I looked, and lo, a lamb stood on Mount Zion, and with him 144,000, having his father's name written in their foreheads." Now I jump down to verse 5. It says, "And in their mouth is found no guile."
And that's the name that he gave us in the earth.
Right.
All right? But there's no other name. Okay? Go ahead.
It says, "They are without fault before the throne of the Most High." When you look at that word guile, it means deceit. So these men, specific men, will be teaching 100% truth. They would have the name, and it said his father's name, and in other translations, it says his father's name and his husband's name.
Hey, real quick, got another quick precept. This is Hebrews chapter 6, verse 10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love, which ye have showed toward his name, and that ye have ministered to the saints and do minister.
Right. And that's a comforting thing, because here it is. You may go through this, and you may think that the Lord doesn't see it, but he does. You know that, and that's a good thing, man, because all the things that you've done, it's not, like you said, it's not going to go in vain. So that's a beautiful thing. So our reward, it says what? To lay your treasures upon heaven, your moth and rust doth not corrupt. You know? So we're laying our treasures upon heaven, not upon this wicked kingdom. You know? So that's a beautiful thing. And going back to the name, man, it's like the elect shall praise his holy name, man. That's clear, man. They're gonna know the name. And another thing with this brother was saying too, that You think the Lord's gonna actually not give us the name and not let us to be prepared? You know, He's gonna prepare His elect for that day. You know, with the name and you know, with the truth, man, the full truth. It's not gonna get like the Apostle John said. He's not gonna give half truth, man. There's no such thing as a half truth. Either you have it or you don't. You know.
Real quick precept, because hey, Lord got to know the name, and the name is important. All right, calling upon the true name of the Father and the true name of the Son is going to bring us salvation, man. All right, this is Acts chapter 4, verse 12. Neither is there salvation in any other, but there is none other name under heaven given among men whereby we must be saved.
That's right, man. No name given under heaven. So don't play Jesus Christ, Yahweh, all these different names, man. Jesus, all these different names, man. It's no other name but Yahawah or Yahawashi, man. Okay. And
because that's the foundation and how it's written in the chief cornerstone. You can't. That's what you have to build on. If not, you do not have a foundation. Even if you were sort of proverbially on the second, third, fourth story, it's with a shady foundation. You built on sand, and that house is sure to fall.
Yeah, I got another one. Second Esdras, chapter 2, verse 45. He answered and said unto me, these be they that have put off the mortal clothing and have put on the immortal, and have confessed the name of Yahawah, BaHaSham Yahawashi. Now are they crowned and receive songs.
Receive the name, and now they receive songs. And again, also, my favorite scripture I like to bring all the time is John 10. My sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. So Yahawashi knows them, and they also know Yahawashi. You don't think that we won't know the true name? You know, the name matters, man. And the only ones that's gonna actually say his true name is the elect. You know, I got.
Yeah, just while the brother get the scripture, you want, you know, another thing is too. It's one thing about knowing it, but also believing in it, because you can know the name. A lot of 2/3 they know the name, you know, because they hear the gospel. You know, you got rappers, you got celebrities, they know the name, but do they actually believe in Yahawah? You know, scriptures say it's impossible without faith. It is impossible to please him. So they could call on a name, but if they don't have the belief in the name, in the faith, a lot of times when Yahawah he healed the lame, the sick, the blind. You know, he said, your faith made you whole. Because they believe. You know?
And that's the thing, man. You, like you said, believing. Because I ain't gonna lie, man. Bringing them up, man. Those two, man, like, seeing the beginning. I was like, let me hear the beginning of when they say, because normally, you know, you say Yahawashi, but he said the whole name and everything. You just tell it doesn't, it's not resonant, it's not sticking. And honestly, too, when I think of that, I think of this too, that Elijah, you know, when he called upon the names of the Lord, you know, and wrote down the 12 tribes, I believe, and consumed all the water and everything up when he came against those prophets, you know. So it's like, come on, man, you can't get around it.
Yeah, because Elijah had the name, Moses had the name. They didn't call on some secret heavenly name. No, they called on the name that Israel knew the Lord's name. How you think we did we kept the ordinance? How we kept the Passover? Who we prayed to? We called upon his name that he gave us. Not some other spooky names, man. Some witchcraft and demons that man made, man. Okay? I got you right here. Got it. This is Proverbs chapter 30 and 4. Who have ascended up into heaven or descended? Who have gathered the wind in his fist? Who have bound the waters in a garment? Who have established all the ends of the earth? What is his name? And what is his son's name, if thou can tell?
Right. What is his name? What is his son's name, if thou canst tell? You know, but not a lot of people can. You know, we give you the name. That's the thing too. these guys have the name, but then they throw it away. Oh, you had the name, and now you don't even deserve it anymore. Once you drop it, you can't pick it back up. You know, there's a lot of men that was in this, and that just threw it away. You know, and look at them now. Where are they now? You know, and if they're still out there, they're waxing worse and worse. You know, the Lord is using them, and that's yeah. Oh man, do I have to have a good still? Yeah, I do. This is spirit. So this is Ezekiel chapter 14. Because again, long story short, that prophet that it is deceived. The Lord deceived that prophet. So this is Ezekiel chapter 14. I'll start at verse 9. And if that prophet be deceived, verse 8 come. Verse 8, and I will set my face against that man, and will make him a sign and a proverb, and I will cut him off from the midst of my people, and ye shall know that I am the Lord, Yahawah. It says, and if the prophet be deceived, when he hath spoken a thing, I, the Lord, have deceived that prophet, and I will stretch out my hand upon him, and will destroy him from the midst of my people. So long story short, the Lord did that, man. Look at what he did to Saul. Okay, he put a lying spirit on Paul to make him go crazy pretty much, to where he wanted to kill David. You know, so and honestly, I truly believe that's probably what the Lord did with those two guys, man, because they continuously try to come against the apostles. Those apostles ain't even thinking about you.
But not just them two, but all these guys.
I mean, yeah,
that's falling away in the latter days. I got a quick preset. This is 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now it says, now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils, speaking lies and hypocrisy, having their conscience snared with a hot iron.
And that's the thing, that these false prophets, they're a necessary evil. The Most High has a lying, deceiving spirit on them, because they're a two-thirds, they're an undesirable, but they're meant to mislead a bunch of two-thirds. Because again, Israel being a great nation, we're being as the sands of the seas, we are huge, we're innumerable in number. So the Most High having a beef, for lack of a better word, and an indignation against the two-thirds, he needs to lead them to the slaughter, because the Most High is the ultimate chess master. You know, even Esau, the great deceptionist, the great cunning hunter, he's only going to lead to death and destruction the ones that the Most High allows him to lead to death and destruction. So Esau is a necessary evil, and even the false prophets amongst the two-thirds, people like Nate, and they have huge congregations. That's why they have huge congregations, because they're meant to be large groups of sheep to the slaughter that the Lord is not dealing with. So they need you to blaspheme the name. They need you to scoff along with Nate, cracking on the name of Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi. They need you to say that you're being united in Christ. All blasphemous shit that you got to pay for in the last days.
This is verse 3. Forbidding to marry and commanding to abstain from meats, it says, which the Most High hath created to be received with thanksgiving of them which believe and know the truth. For every creature of the Most High is good, and nothing to be refused if it be received with thanksgiving. For it is sanctified by the word of the Most High in prayer.
Seducing spirits, man. So best believe there's spirits out there, man. And they all work for the Most High. You know, there's good spirits and then there's bad spirits. But in reality, everything is of the Lord, man. Everything, they're working for the Most High. Real quick, this is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. The Lord hath made all things for himself, yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. So all things he made, man. He made all things. Like brother was saying, I believe the scriptures also say that what? There's many prophets, but there are many false prophets as well. So all reality, this is the Lord's movie, man. So it's supposed to happen, you know. Well, everybody's doing their job, you know.
Everybody got their role. Everybody's on script.
This is Sirach, chapter 33.
Real quick, the blasphemy to say so-called Israel united in Christ, that when that was a name that these Edomites, the so-called white man, put a foot in our ass sideways for. He came and pillaged us, lynched us, put us up on trees and whooped us until we accepted that name. So if anything, we weren't united by that. We were dispersed. We really went into hell with that name. And now you claim to you trying to be a holy man, coming to the Lord's people, trying to gather them with an Israelite doctrine, using the enemy's name. This man doesn't even know what he's signing up for.
Right, and the only time, and you know, the scriptures also say, speak not of other gods. You know, you're not supposed to really be saying those names. You know, that's why the only time we mention it is to identify who the true Messiah is. Because the world knows the Messiah in the Bible to be under a false doctrine, a false name. So we have to correct you. We have to reprove it. So that's when we may say the name, but it's out of edification. You know, we're not going to sit there and put prayers up in that name, man. Ain't no way in hell, because you got to be careful who you pray to. You're praying to demons, man. And if it's not Yahawah, Yahawashi, which is the true and living power, then you're praying unto demons, man. That's why it's important for brothers that, look, when you first come into this thing, let's say you're living with your parents and shit, and here it is, your parents still worship the pagan holidays. Thanksgiving, Christmas, Easter. They might have these dinners, family gatherings. You got family from down south, Georgia, all over the place coming to visit. And then they sit down at the dining room table having this big old Thanksgiving. And they didn't, you know, somebody say, well, you got to pray. Everybody want to do this big prayer. Listen, man, you can't be praying with your family until them demons. You got to, hey, shit, stomach hurt. You know, and get out of there, man. Oh, supplant, like the brother said, you got to supplant, man. Because you can't pray into these names once you have known this truth now, man. You know, Apostle Paul said in Romans 10, they have the zeal of God, but not according to knowledge. Well, you have the knowledge now, which is the knowledge. You go into that word, we went into it before. The root of it, you know, means you know now. You know the truth. You know right from wrong. You know?
They want you to say grace over a table with pork on it.
Right.
Fucking yeah.
Rent.
I'm about to give a go, dog.
Whole thing on the table?
With the head.
He's into God. Say a prayer.
That's what
Not that guy.
That's what heathens do. We're no longer Gentiles, man. All right? Because hey, look, we're the Lord's chosen people. But we had a Gentile frame of mind because we fell away. The Lord took his name away. He took our identity away. So now we became heathens. We became Gentiles. And now that we back into the fold, the 4th chapter says, it was your mind to go astray. So being returned, seek him 10 times more. So now we're no longer Gentiles in a frame of mind. All right? We of the knowing now. All right? We become what? Illuminated, enlightened, you know, with this truth. You got it, guys.
I'm just bringing this out because people of the world don't pray correctly. This is Matthew 6. I'll start at 5. It says, and when thou prayest, thou shalt not be as the hypocrites are, for they love to pray standing in the synagogues and in the corners of the streets, that they may be seen of men. Verily I say unto you, they have their reward. But thou, when thou prayest, enter into thy closet.
Right.
And when thou hast shut thy door, pray to the Father Yahawah, which is in secret. And thy Father which seeth in secret shall reward thee openly.
Now why the Lord say pray in secret? Because that shows forth sincerity. You got those, I actually witnessed this a little bit earlier. Went over here to the little oil spot, bosom spot, and then they had a sign up. It was supposed to be open. They had the sign up saying 20-minute wait. And I'm like, damn, I'm trying to get some oil, some smell goods and shit. And you look in the window and you see them praying. You know, they pray a certain time of the day. You know, then we had witness. There was a guy before he camped, what, 2 weeks ago when it was warm out here. He was standing over there praying in the middle of the street. You know, you go to the gym, I'm at the gym. You know, the dude in the gym working out. he got to be a Muslim, so it's time for him to pray. Nah, he come and want you to stop the music so he can pull out his mat and pray while you at a public gym. You know, and then he looking at you crazy like no respect. You know?
Exactly.
But here it is, I don't believe in what you believe. And I'm at a public gym. You know? So you see this all the time. A lot of the Muslims do that because they want that what's that word? Constellation, man. They want that reward as if they're this holy man.
Right.
The Lord said to pray in secret.
Right. He received his reward, man.
Right.
For men laying eyes on his brain.
Yep.
That's his reward.
Real quick, because I was going to go back to what you were saying as far as like the idol worship and all these different gods, because that's what Paul was talking about, trying to when he went to Athens, and the city was given to idolatry. Real quick, 16, and then skip down to 23.
It says Acts chapter 17, verse 16. Now while Paul waited for them at Athens, his spirit was stirred in him when he saw the city wholly given to idolatry.
Right, idolatry, worship of many gods, man. But again, the difference between the Greeks and the Israelites is what? We believe in the one God, but they believed in many gods. So skip down to 23. Verse 20.
Acts 17 and 22. Then Paul stood in the midst of Mars Hill and said, Ye men of Athens, I perceive that in all things ye are too superstitious. For as I passed by and beheld your devotions,
Many other gods, right?
it says, I found an altar with this inscription to the unknown power.
Right, the unknown power. And who is that? And basically Paul saying, I'm gonna show you who the real God is. That what?
Who therefore ye ignorantly worship.
Ignorantly worship, man. And that's today. You know, we have to do it again. We're showing you who the true power is. You know, and that's Yahawah, Yahawashi. Okay? You got it.
Him declare I unto you.
Right. So he's showing you, like I said, showing you who the real God is, man. That, and this is only talking to the Israelites, okay, who were Gentiles, but not the heathen, okay?
What was that?
Acts 17.
This is Colossians chapter 1, verse 10. That ye might walk worthy of the Lord unto all pleasing, being faithful in every good work, and increasing in the knowledge of the Most High, strengthened with all might according to his glorious power unto all patience and long suffering with joyfulness, giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of his inheritance of the saints in light, who have delivered us from the power of darkness and have translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son, in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins, who is the image of the invisible power, the firstborn of every creature, for by him were all things created, that is in heaven and that are in the earth, visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him.
Right. Who is that? That's Yahawashi, man. Yahawashi was given the blueprint from Yahawah to build this place, man. So that cuts a lot of those retards that talk about that the Son and the Father are the same, because they're not, man. Like it's plain and obvious, man. But it's not plain and obvious to those that are blind, that the Lord blinded. You know.
Real quick on that, to land back to the brother saying, let's come back to this verse real quick.
This is Acts 17 and 23. It says, For as I passed by and beheld your devotions, I found an altar with this inscription to the unknown God, whom therefore ye ignorantly worship. Him declare I unto you.
Him declare I unto you. So at the end, Paul said that the unknown God, he was going to declare unto you. And this is the etymology of the word declare. Comes from the Latin declarare, which means thoroughly make clear. Declare means to thoroughly make clear. So Paul, just like any prophet of old, even to the prophets of now, we're making clear what the name of the Lord is. That name of the unknown God is only given to the prophets. Again, how the scripture said that the mysteries are revealed unto the prophet. So who is going to make clear this mysterious name? The prophets. They're the ones, again, declaring. So just pointing out that that word declare, it means to make clear. Like he was stating it. You guys are too superstitious. You got a bunch of gods, the God of love, the God of war, the God of this. There is only one God, Paul was saying, and it's the Almighty Yahawah. Right? Got it.
That's my car right there, right?
Yeah, it's like the Lord is yes,
That's my car. Like Mac Luke.
Which car?
That's mine, though, right there.
Okay.
Right there.
Why you trying to make that spot?
Exactly. Like,
but I'm trying to get out.
no, he's trying to get in.
Okay.
But
Yeah. What
But,
was that word you said?
Declare.
Yeah, even that word declared, it said to make
Thoroughly make clear.
Even that word declare, what you said the word was?
Thoroughly make clear.
Very making clear. Even the word clarification, or to clarify, means to basically just let that shit be clear, known and plain. All right, and these things have been clearly been plain and known to who? The elect. Ultimately, at the end of the day, those who go on in earlier, you know, and when the camp started, that the Lord has a certain few that has been elected, that He has chosen from the foundation of the earth. Earlier, they were talking about. Does not the scripture say that Ye have not chosen me, but I have chosen you? And these are the things that the people that He has chosen are the ones that are going to be these things that the Lord has wrote are going to be made plain to us, right? That the clarification, to basically just let it be plain and known. You know,
it's going to be known that we're the true chosen children, the sons of the Most High, man. You know, by these prophecies being fulfilled, and then you got, you know, them at war over there in the eastern part of the world. Hey, it's all going to come out, and it's going to be clear. You know that we are the sons of the living power.
right?
You know what's the scripture say?
Jeremiah?
Yeah, but it says you are not.
Hosea 1:10.
Yeah, you got it to bring it out.
That's the real declaration of independence. Here we go. It's going to be declared who the Most High is, who the Most High's people was, and it'll be stamped by salvation.
Hosea chapter 1 and verse 10, yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea.
Right, that means that because they're scattered, and we can't be numbered. They the Most High is the Most High for a reason, man. Because you got Israelites that are actually looking like other nations, man. And in spirit, they actually Israelites. So Eve looking on the outward appearance, you know, he can't understand, you know, the mystery. You know, a lot of these guys in these government churches, Christianity, they can't understand the mystery. They don't understand the Israelite foreigners. They don't truly understand who Paul went to. You know, when the scriptures are here, and the Lord gave us the understanding to break it down, they still won't believe it. But go ahead.
Real quick, the Most High did that also as a gift and a curse, because if this devil was able to number Israel, if he had an exact number, he'd wipe away Israel. But for the Lord, for the protection of Israel, the Lord's chosen is that we had to be scattered, that this devil can't pinpoint who's Israel. That's why he's a genocidal maniac, that what he wants to do is away is with billions of people and hope to, you know, throw a shot in the dark at getting as much Israelites as you can.
Right. That's why the mission is to micro-see everybody in the earth. That they can't distinguish with the Israelites, right? Because Psalms 83 gives us the spills the beans. You know how they say in the world, they spilled the beans?
Yes.
The Lord spilled the beans in Psalms 83. Yeah, they want to basically cast this mark, you know, upon everyone in the world because they want to get rid of it. Matter of fact, somebody get Psalms 83 real quick. You can read it real fast.
That's the primary reason why he wants to do this worldwide implementation of the MOTB, because he's there like, fuck it, you know, I'm just gonna go for everybody, and I'll get Israel.
Oh, start at the top.
Yeah.
Psalm 33, a song of Asaph. He said, keep not thy silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O Yahweh. For lo, my enemies, or thine enemies, make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up their head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
Hey, it said they have lifted up their head. it shows that this devil is very proud. And at this time in the earth, year 2023, so-called 2023, and with their speeches of the World Economic Forum, especially the guy Yuval Noah Harari, he shows you that he's proud. He's talking on things as if he's the Most High, man. He's even talking against the Heavenly Father. You know? Go ahead.
They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
They took crafty counsel, man. Meaning they conspired. They what? Conspiracy. You know? They conspiracy what? To underhand someone. To conspire. You know, if a group of people collectively come together to come against another group, that's conspiracy. You know? They conspiring against that group. And they're doing it in secret so that they can have them in submission or subject under the rule. Right?
Look at that too. When you look into the history, like what just passes the Columbus Day, even what's that movie 1492, it even tells you that Christopher Columbus had to go to the book of Ezra just to know that the Israelites was over there. Right. So here it is. You thinking it's of yourself. Really it's of the Lord. You got to go to the Lord's book to find out what's going on. Yeah. And then what? Through him, that's how you got all these other explorers that came, like, you know, the Spanish and the British. I mean, the Italian and the British and the French and all of that.
Yeah, you got these Edomites that keep striving to attach themselves to us. This Bible is our book. This is our records. You got Edomites who think they know the scriptures and they're talking about David, they're talking about Elijah. It's not your people. It's not your book. Hold on now. It's not your book. You wasn't given the law, statutes, and commandments. This is our records. They're talking about our forefathers, man. Our foreparents, man. You know, you have nothing to do with this book. You know, you have nothing to say. Go live in the world, go live it up, because this is your kingdom. You know, this is the time when you're supposed to be blessed. All right? This is Esau's kingdom. But you have nothing to do with our kingdom, and especially, all right, through Yahawashi, the world that's coming, through Yahawashi, the kingdom of heaven. We of the tribe of Jacob, you of the tribe of Edom, man. But Edom has an attachment with Jacob. That's why he can't never feel like, he can't never allow Jacob to be alone. Because now he won't have no breath. You know? That's why they get mad when Jake come together and they want to be pro-black. You know, but here it is, an Edomite could be pro-Edomite. And he could be pro-white, whatever. The Chinese could be for his people. The Arabs could be for his people. But if black people try to be for black people, oh my God, why? What's wrong with you? You know? There's always a problem when Jake try to stick together. There's always a problem. You know? But every other nation could do it except for Jake.
I got something real quick. This is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Which holy means to be set apart. That's why it's important to look up words, man. Holy means to be set apart. We're not supposed to be in unity and attached to other nations. The Lord have a special people unto himself. He made them holy. Which all it is, he just set them apart. All right? He made them special unto him. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
And honestly, it's plain obvious now, because every single time we try to befriend this guy or these other nations, what happens? We end up getting fucked over, man. So it's no point of doing it. But hey, we never learned that we're hard headed, as you can see. And you know, the scriptures even say that. It says, for thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And this is our book. All right? This is written for us. In all reality, Esau has no business reading our book. You know, he has no business going through our files. You know? That's our reference. He has no business. And now they look at that and they want to change it. You know, they want to rearrange that. They don't want us to have that power. They don't want us to feel special. They don't want us connected with our power. That's the way. Yeah, oh, come on. That's the Old Testament. Because Paul and JC, you know, no, other nations can't come into this. This is a bloodline thing, man. A chosen bloodline, man. You know, it's a chosen seed that the Lord kept to himself. Other nations can't come a part of this, then that means that this thing will be tainted, man. It would be out of, the Lord would be a liar then. There would be no purpose for the past, for the future to invite everyone into this thing. It don't make sense. It was no purpose for Israel to be holy if everyone is going to be into this thing. You see?
And the so-called red-blooded American, the true Edomites, that was the whole eugenics campaign was all about. That they want to keep the bloodline separate. They don't want to be blended. They don't want to say that we're all one and the same. So even the heathen himself, low-level heathen, because it's the elites that are pushing this one world order shit. But low-level Esau, he doesn't want to be blended with Jake because it's in his spirit that we're not supposed to be together. Right. We've been fighting since the womb. It's not in us to be neighbors. But these international bankers do it for the sake of confusion and, ruling.
And that's why the Lord fucking you devils up now. It's time. It's time for the wicked to be judged by Yahawah Yahawashi, not us. Got nothing to do with nothing, man. We're just a messenger, a mailman, man. To tell you what the Lord gonna do, the Father, through his son. You devils are getting fucked up now. It's time, the Lord, and look, everyone that's riding that Satan's train is gonna perish, man. Because in this world you prospered, you succeeded. Because this world was ran in wickedness, man, by this devil. If you do wicked things, diabolical, part of being certain groups, secret societies, you excel. Well, the Lord is bringing all that shit down, man. All of it's being destroyed, man. Now the righteous is starting to win. And it's going to triumph. It's going to be a victory over the wicked. Because the Lord is going to establish righteousness in the earth. So yeah, that's why you devils get in touch, and it's about time. I'm not about to feel sorry for you, man. Yeah, you got the media, trying to get you to feel sorry. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. But go ahead, that's good.
City campaign.
Yeah, are you crazy? They run everything. Go ahead,
In Psalms 83 and 3, it says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
That was the point. Cutting us off from being a nation. So going back into the point what brothers mentioned a little bit earlier, all right, Esau can't, we like the sand in the sea. He can't just go after all the Israelites because he can't find all the Israelites. So what his purpose is? To micro-see everybody in the earth. So he can have this control as if he's the Most High. And that'll actually prevent us from coming back to the power. That's why Yahawashi, he mentioned in the scripture that he shortened the days for the elect's sake, at least no flesh will be seen, man. I was telling brothers a little bit earlier, I saw a video of Yuval Noah Harari, and he's actually talking about, he even said out his mouth that the world is about to be ran by another being. It's not about to be ran by humans. Everything is going to change. And in the video, they're trying to say AI, artificial intelligence. But in our reality, through the spirit, he's talking about Yahawashi coming back. The scriptures tell us in Revelations 12 and 12, he cometh down the devil cometh down having great wrath because he knoweth that he has but a short time, man. That's why they're in this rush to do what they got to do. They're in this rush to push this NWO and to get you micro-see it. This war is a baker's war. That's why they're stirring up the pot. The pot was ruined. Now it's on fire, man. Eventually they're gonna declare World War III, man.
Oh yeah.
Eventually it's gonna be a famine. Eventually we're not gonna be able to teach no more. Hey, we're so close to Yahawah's return, man. The hair should stand up on your skin, man. This place, America, is done. It's done. It's done, man. They already had it out for this place, and they're putting all this stuff in place to bring this place down. But the will of the Father is to wipe this bitch off the face of the earth, man. And you devils going into captivity. See, the point is, when you read Job, somebody get Job 14. Bring it out, because the Lord is going to set you devils at a boundary that you cannot pass, man. He's going to come in between, man. While these devils are eating, he's going to rain on their parade, man. Go ahead, 14 and like read it out.
This is Job chapter 14. This is Job chapter 14 and verse 4. Who can bring a clean thing out of an unclean? Not one.
Right, you can't bring something clean out of something unclean. These devils will sit there and try to make you eat kosher pork, or they'll tamper with your food and say that that's allowed, man. And it's not. They're telling you it's organic and it's not organic. You know, you can't bring something clean out of something unclean, man.
Honestly,
You know?
it's not good. Honestly, going to Esau too. He's unclean himself. No way he can be good because it's not possible. The Lord made these things, these animals, the heathen, for a specific reason.
Yeah, through your forefathers, you Edomites are profane, man. Meaning outside the temple. Even though your foreparent Esau, Edom, he cried it with tears. But guess what? He was rejected. He sold his birthright, man. You know, we're not going to forget that. We're going to keep putting that back in your face, man. Because the scriptures say we were made to refute your thoughts. Esau sold his birthright, man. You know? So go ahead.
Verse 5, it says, seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with thee.
Right. It's with the Most High. The number of his days are with the Most High, man. The Heavenly Father's the time clock, man. Esau don't shift time. He ain't create us, man. This man is nobody, man. He's a peasant, man. Matter of fact, a troll. You know? Meaning impolite, spirited person, man. Low birth, miser, man. That's what you is, man. You know? They don't. Yeah, you got it up.
I was gonna say the Khazars.
Yeah.
When you look them up, man, they guys are ruthless, man.
Yeah. You mean to tell me, and that's why the scriptures say, Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked, man. They the wicked. You know, but you're not the one that sets the time clock and all of a sudden, you know, you're God. You're not God, man. These guys in the WEF, they actually talk as if they know next year. They know the future. You know, the Lord tells us not to lean upon our own thoughts, man, and our own understanding. That's why we say what? Lord willing, brother. Hey, brother, I'll be there, Lord willing. These devils are proud, man. Proud.
That's why they even have their doomsday clock. That shit is blasphemy. That's them trying to predict supposedly when this goes down. All the Armageddon doomsday, but the real doomsday clock is the Most High. They don't know. There's not a set date. Even when they're like, oh, it's half a minute to midnight. So in half a minute, does that mean that it's done?
Right.
These devils don't call it. It's not up to them.
Yeah, they like saving you. And see, the thing is, the Most High is the problem, man. All right? He's the problem. He's going to cause a problem. Everything not going to go your way. You know, they don't, these devils don't understand that everything they're doing is the Lord's will. They're going to be cut off in the midst of their whole enterprise, man. You're going to be cut off from it. Somebody get Job 20 and 5. I think that.
It says, the number of his months are with thee. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
Most High put a boundary right there. You can't pass. Just like there's a boundary for you not to get out of this earth. You know, you can't go through that belt. You can't get to these different planets. It's all lies, man. The Most High set a boundary that you can't pass. And you can't break it, man. Sort of like you playing a video game, Call of Duty, or some game that got like a large map, and you try to go outside the map, what happens? You die. You know, it's glitching out, might jump off the board, might run a little bit out of the board, but then what? It might give you 5 seconds, and then it brings you back inside the map, where you just die.
Yeah.
You know, it's a force field here, man.
That's why the Lord made the bet with Esau if he can measure, you know, Jeremiah 31:37.
Yep, so see.
Yeah. Because he knew he couldn't do it. You know, that's why Esau is out here doing all these things, man. He's trying to get his birthright back.
But the angel did that with Ezra's. He was telling him measure me to death with like the currents in the ocean and different things like that.
Right.
You know he can't do that.
Right.
That's up the Lord.
Esau's got an anchor bracelet to the earth.
And artificial intelligence ain't God either. That shit gonna be destroyed, man. This man-made shit they done put, made it. They can think on his own about what they call it, sympathy, like a artificial intelligence that can think on his own and learn on his own. And he evolves. It gets smarter and smarter. It's like real.
Autonomous.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what AI is supposed to be, pretty much. Learns on its own. And they have, and just showing how, even going back to the 80s, Terminator, showing that the machines let off the fucking the nukes. They have literally programs now that handle the nukes, that handle the nuclear weapons. Artificial intelligence could come up with that's pretty much in layman's term what artificial intelligence means, that it can think on its own, it's ever learning. So it can literally calculate on its own that the best thing to do is wipe out humanity and start letting off nukes. And that is what we're going to come to, but it's going to be based on the Most High.
Curse yourself. That shit weird. It could have just walked by. Going outside and shit like that's doing something. But anyway, another thing too, you see, the Lord showed you devils when them chariots came in certain videos, and it actually started to like it was going to initiate a nuke or missiles going off. The Lord was showing you the power that He possessed. He had a chariot outside the building setting off alarms, man. About to set off nukes and missiles and shit. They were going crazy, man. You know, these guys are going crazy. Oh my God, and they seeing a chariot out there. The Lord just showing you the power, and everything just goes zoom, chariot take off. You know, AI, that's, man, listen, Lord, that's easy to the Lord.
Ain't nothing.
It ain't powerful, man. No, that ain't going to defeat Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. The Lord said He coming back, not to meet thee as a man. Remember, Dr. 25.
Also saying the wisdom from the world is foolishness.
And even too, like the Lord said, He created the smith. Even when we create the smith, you think the missiles that we created are going to be used for your own benefit? It's all the Lord's program at the end of the day. This is Job, chapter 20. Let's start at 20. Job 20:20. Surely he shall not flee quietness, else like it feel quietness in his belly. He shall not save of that which he desired. There shall none of his meat be left. Therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits.
Right, in the fullness of His sufficiency, He shall be in straits. He shall be in difficulties, man. Somebody look up sufficiency.
When it goes into that, the next part, every hand of the wicked shall go be upon him.
Oh, right.
That's going into hardcore bondage, man. Hardcore slavery.
And how he's going to vomit up those riches. He's going to go into it. But yeah, I'm vomiting up those riches because this devil literally hoards gold. Right? That's supposed to be a resource that you can learn, you could even use as a healing agent. It's a natural resource, just like the elements. And this devil, what he has it, is just hoarded away in mint boots and shit. He literally just has it stacked up, not doing anything with it, and removed the gold standard and now moving to this digital dollar. So we literally have nothing back in this currency, and he literally is hoarding the resources because he's not back to rule, so he doesn't know what good he can do with it.
This is sufficiency in the Blue Letter Bible portion. It says mockery, scorn. It says meaning guiltless, and I looked that up. It says hesitating or doubting. Yeah, going back into that mockery, mockery, and scorn.
Fullness of His sufficiency, He shall be in straits. Look it up in the blue letter.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
I'll look on. Sufficiency, chastisement. It says hand clapping.
Go ahead.
Hey, we go into that like a hand clapping. You think about almost like at the end of a show, you stand up and everybody gives a standing ovation. That's like Esau. You think the show is over, you know what I'm saying? It went perfectly. Then Yahawashi shows up in the midst of World War III. Constantly, like in was it Genesis 4? While the Lord said in the process of time, He had came and required of Cain and Abel. So you could just imagine in that process of time, Cain probably he had to have a good amount of stuff stored up. Stay the Lord whatever he wanted to.
Right. This is sufficiency in the Google. It says the condition or quality of being adequate or sufficient. It says in adequate amount of something, especially something essential, self-sufficient. It says for independence of character, especially of an arrogant or know, or arrogant sort. Okay, so sufficiency meaning, let me read it again. An adequate amount of something, especially something essential. You know, so when they go forth and they start having their way, you know, having their agenda partially passed, you know, when they're finding their way to actually make their have enough for their pleasure, right? So go ahead, Al.
Done. Job 20:20. Surely he shall not, verse 22, it says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him when he is about to fill his belly.
Right, and it's the wicked. You look that up. You're talking about the laborers. You know, right?
And real quick, just because you know how the apostles always tell us to read and think in pictures, you know, use your imagination. You can think of the movie Ghost, when a wicked man would die in the movie Ghost, that all the ghosts and shit, all the demons would come out of the shadows and take that wicked man into the so-called afterlife. So just thinking in pictures, you could it's that personification of all the hands of the wicked, all these other heathen nations. You know, two birds with one stone, so to speak. That the Most High is going to take out these devils. You know, because the elites of these other nations, the elites of Moab, the elites of Ishmael, they're not innocent either. So the Most High got an indignation with them. And that's why he's going to gather them all in the valley of Jehoshaphat and have them all destroy each other to usher in the kingdom of heaven.
You know what's going on? Because he went back to that Psalms 83 when they came together with that Shemot, you know what I mean? And you go to, what is that, Revelation 17:16? It talks about how they all hated the whore. So all coincides together. You want to play against us? Now the Lord has to where it's all the nations that you're playing with all coming against you. You know?
It also goes into the kingdom because we gonna have them as taskmasters over the Edomites too. You know?
It says, verse 23, when he is about to fill his belly, the Most High shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him and shall rain it upon him while he is eating.
Right, so when this devil go ahead and start having his way, that him might go see him get pushed, of course, when he's eating, the Lord gonna rain terror upon him, man. See, the Lord is gonna come in between. That's that divine intervention, man. See, this devil has an agenda, but then the Lord is gonna come in the midst of that and stop this whole shit, man. Job the 5th chapter. You know, stop his enterprise, man. You know, so everything is leading up according to the Most High's will, man.
That's why we're starting with the apostles and the elders on down. We save for this devil to make his move. Stop dragging your feet. You know, go ahead, do your worst, because we know that in the midst of that, when you're about to fulfill your belly, when you're fulfilling your fetish of trying to be the Most High, that's when the Most High is going to disrupt your plans, especially when you try to move on His elect. So we want these devils to make a move. While everybody else in the world is so lost talking about make America great again, we want this shit to get horrible out here. We want the concentration camps to come out here because we know that is the next phase right before the kingdom of heaven is ushered in by the Son of the Most High.
And some people hear hear brothers and they think they're crazy. But what we understand is that these things has to happen. You know, these things gotta come to pass in order for us to get out of here or to get delivered by Yahawashi. So real quick, this is Job 5:11. To set up on high those that be low, that those which mourn may be exhorted to safety. He disappointed the devices of the crafty, so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the forward is carried headlong. It says they meet with darkness in the daytime, and grope in the noonday as in the night, but he saveth the poor from the sword, from their mouth, and from the hand of the mighty. So the poor have hope, and iniquity stoppeth from mouth. Behold, happy is the man who the Most High correcteth, therefore despise not thou the chastisement of the Almighty.
The poor is not just regular Jake, that's the poor in heart, richest spirit, Yahawashi is talking about. You know, he's talking about the meek that shall inherit the earth. You know, that's the poor. All right, that's not talking about your everyday derelict, Jake that's walking around the streets here. You know, that's talking about men that have a low degree. You know, it's tell you, wisdom lift up the head of them that of low degree. You know, because a lot of these people, they're going to be looking to live deliciously that was going into. Even Jake, man, that see it, it's gonna be a what's it called, a compromise or how would you say, like get you out of, like kind of like a get out of jail free card in a sense.
Right.
So people gonna be looking to
A benefit.
a benefit, right. So people that are on a poor mind frame or not in a poor mind frame, you know what I'm saying? They whatever, oh, that's what you got for us? We with it. But as brothers elaborating, you already in the mind frame of like, yo, let's get rid of this thing, man. Empty the bank accounts, everything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And honestly, that proves that we're of Yahawah Yahawashi. We're following Yahawashi's footsteps. Because again, all throughout the scriptures, you see that the Most High is rooting for the underdog.
Right.
So he's looking at the ones that are truly for him, and that will show that we are worthy to be joint heirs with him. Right. Because why? Because we did what Yahawashi did. Yahawashi was rich, but he became poor. You know.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Yup.
I got some, this is Rawchaa chapter 10, verse 21. The fear of the Lord goeth before the obtaining of authority, but roughness and pride is the losing thereof. Whether he be rich, noble, or poor, their glory is the fear of the Lord.
Right, that's the point, and that shows that we truly do fear the Lord, man. We knowing the scripture say, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men, man. So we're persuading you to come on this side because honestly, it's better on this side anyway. Because again, scripture say also that what they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we do it an incorruptible, man. So we really have the reward at the end of the day, you know. Yeah, the scripture talk about consolation, right? You know, they're receiving their reward now. They're looking for our reward through Yahawah. That's right. You know, can I bring this out with you? It's Hebrews 11 and verse 6. It says, but without faith it is impossible to please him, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Okay, we believe that we have a spot in the kingdom to be joint heirs with him, man, with Yahawashi, man. We believe that we're gonna get that reward at the end of the day, man. So that's the point. And also the scripture say as well. It said diligently seek him. So you got to diligently seek him, and the only one's gonna really diligently seek him is the elect. You know, at the end of the day.
Yeah, you gotta believe the word and the prophecies, and then how it says, watch as one is great. You gotta watch the times, measure the time diligently. This prophecy of the MOTB that is coming down to, if you don't believe in the word, in the warning that if you take this mark, you're going to be put to death, and there is not going to be no salvation for you. You're not going to have enough sufficient fear to reject it. If you have this so-called Christian doctrine of just go ahead, go along to get along, you know, love everything. If this is just the way of the world, if it's just technology, they got these FEMA pastors and these so-called pastors out here. They're ready to train people to tell them that this is just the new way. Go ahead, brother. Just go ahead and accept this. This is just the new technology. You know, we're doing it for America. You know, we don't have anything to hide. So that false prophecy, following false prophets, is going to get you put to death. It's not going to have you be able to acquire salvation. Because once you take this mark, there is no repentance.
Your adversaries out.
Yeah.
Not for nothing, but I seen a post today. It was basically saying that it's crazy how people actually believe that everything in the Bible is actually being open right now. It's pretty much, do people actually believe that prophecies in the Bible actually happening right now? And then you have Jake in the comment section. Oh man, this ain't nothing new. You know, this ain't nothing new. All this stuff happened before. Wars happened. Things are not really going on. Ain't no prophecies going about. And that clearly just shows the ignorance of fucking Jake, man. Because you know, you got these pastors right here. You know, we gotta pray for Israel. We gotta pray for them. We gotta pray for Israel. They occupy that land. They're the Lord's chosen people. You know. But then when we out here on the corner, we see that we're the chosen people. It's a fucking problem. And then, like the Apostle Qadash said yesterday, you know, here it is that these people don't even believe in the Messiah at all. You talking about praying for this and praying for these niggas. Right. But also I said that because these people just have no clue what's really going on. That's a sad thing, you know. But like the brother said, it's good to be on this side, you know, because the Lord has given us the mind frame to know what's going on, you know.
Yeah, even though the scriptures do say no new thing under the sun, right? But the thing about biblical prophecy,
exactly.
the thing about biblical prophecy is happening simultaneously. All these things are happening all at once. In times past, things would happen, but it would be sporadic. One time here, one time now. Scripture tell you that terror shall make them afraid on every side. So it's gonna be nowhere to turn. That's when Jake really gonna realize that the Bible was real, but by then it's too late.
Yeah, 'cause it's gonna be like Ghostbusters out here, just like it was in Wisdom of Solomon in the 17th chapter. It's gonna be like Ghostbusters out here for real, especially when them lights go off, man.
I got a quick preset. This is 2nd Ezra 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now have abused my ways.
Yeah, that the men of the Lord are out in the highways and hedges, telling you how to repent and paving the road for you. You know, heralding the kingdom. You know, but majority of our people, they're abusing the ways of Yahawashi and Rawchaa. But turning their shoulder, man. The scripture talk about that, man. You know, they're turning their shoulder on the Holy One of Israel. All right, but that's why the Most High will send forth His Son to abuse you. You know.
Hey, matter of fact, Mark 8:38.
I get it.
He said, he get it. You know, because hey, Yahawashi gonna be ashamed of you ninjas, man.
Yeah.
Now, how dare you, be ashamed of being ashamed of the Lord in this wicked and adulterous sinful generation, man.
Right.
You got all types of shit going on out here, man. Here it is, you tell somebody you're an Israelite, they frown up. But then if you got niggas out here that's atheists, you got niggas out here that's moles and transformers, but they let it be. But as soon as you say you're an Israelite,
That's offensive.
like that's
Right.
offensive.
Right.
That's crazy. You know?
How dare you come against my master?
Yeah.
You know?
They don't like you for the fact that you said that you're an Israelite, because they don't like the fact of how you go about your life,
Right.
and lifestyle is, man. But then you got molds and transformers. You know?
Right, right.
It's crazy.
Wisdom of Solomon too. That he's clean contrary to our
To our doing.
to our doing.
Right.
There you go.
Mark 8:38. Whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and of my words in this adulterous and sinful generation, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed, when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels.
That's right, man.
Another word for ashamed is to be confused. You know, they're gonna be confused in that day, man. You know.
Yeah, I was gonna say too. You wasn't with Yahawashi when he was shooting in the gym, man. You know, you wasn't calling upon his true name, man. And that goes back again to the fact that that stood so stiffly for the name. Okay, you know that's the whole point about it. We're here because why? Because we for Yahawashi's sake, man, as the scriptures say, man.
Yeah, the Most High gave us foresight.
Yeah.
I got you. I'll back you up real quick. This is Ecclesiastes 12:1. Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Like you said, you wasn't with Yahawashi shooting in the gym. You wasn't doing the dirty work.
Right.
Because right now this is the dirty work. Right now the scriptures tell you, it says what about the foolishness of preaching. You know, he's gonna save them.
Something I believe.
Save some that believe. So right now it seems foolish what we saying, right? That's why scripture say, remember now that I created the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. Right? Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. Right? That's them sitting upon their leaves. You know, they turning their shoulder. Right? Because right now there's pleasure, man. You know, you got luxuries. You go open your refrigerator, you go on Uber Eats, get any food that you want in the world right now. Throw a box in West African spots, maybe later, you know what I'm saying? In the days to come, you know, that's not going to be. Right? It's going to be scraping and scrapping. Right? But what sets forth the difference between us and them is Yahawashi, he gave us that light to see. We can see the dark. We can see the eyesight. You know, the eyesight.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I got that.
Come on.
This is Revelations 3 and 18. It says, I counsel thee to buy of gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment that thou.
Right. And that's our faith.
Yeah.
Right? Our faith is what we're buying into. We're not buying with physical money, because that's why you get the experiences that you get in the truth, because it shows forth what the true gold is. You know, we can see that the dollar's collapsing. You can see that. Matter of fact, you know, brothers got gold or whatever case, but it's not even the real deal. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but people have a lust for these particular so-called precious metals. But Yahawashi said, what? You got to get into the gold that tried in the fire, man.
And
All right?
also that goes into that scripture where it says, what? I shall make a man more precious than fine
Exactly,
gold.
exactly,
Right?
exactly.
And why is he fine gold? Because he's reading within the scriptures.
Get
This is
ye
the
to the
gold.
great men.
Right.
You know?
Ecclesiastes 8 says, wisdom maketh a man's face to shine.
There you
There it
go.
is. I was thinking about
That's
that.
one of my favorite scriptures,
Yeah.
man. We used to bring it out a lot, but now it doesn't come out as much. But I was also dwelling on that too, man. A lot of the scriptures that brothers got built up on, even the simplest, so-called simple, right? So-called simple, because the small things that we know are deep unto the world. Like Revelations 1 and 14, the color of Yahawashi. Right? You got Jake in the world. They believe you. Oh, yeah, I know he's black. I know he's black, but he's praying for the small hats. That don't add up.
Yeah.
That don't add up. How you believe that that so-called Jesus is a black man? Then they got the nigga with dreads. Jesus, if you will, right? They got him with dreads, right? But then you gotta pray for these people with, you know, that got the hook nose and the devil, man. Long hair, you know? That don't add up.
Make it make sense.
Right, exactly. You know?
Let's finish this up real
Fine.
quick. It says, and white raiment that thou mayest be clothed. It says, in that
Which goes into purity. That goes into the same thing. This is why we have because the more and more, when you come into the truth, yeah, we know the basic scriptures, get those foundational scriptures, but as you go through the turbulence, right, as you go through the turmoil, the trials and tribulation, that's when you get to understand, like, yo, this is the real deal right here. I need to invest more into this. What's the point of having, like, for instance, back in the day, like, right, you don't see too many, remember the GOs? You don't see them on the street no more. Right? You don't see certain vehicles on the street no more. Why? Because throughout time, they haven't tested. They didn't last the test. So people are not looking to buy those vehicles. You know, but you got your Honda, Toyota, so on and so forth. That people are, you know, I'm getting me another Toyota, I'm gonna get me another Honda. You know? Why? Because it's standing the test of time. It's the same thing with our walk in the faith. That's what them garments represent, man. You know?
it says, and that thy shame, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear.
Right, exactly. Because really, in all reality, we're being exposed out here. Because when someone's naked, you know, you're being found to be made fun of. You know, but the Most High, like, nah, you know, I got you, man. We're being clothed right now. You know.
That one Jacob. That one.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yup.
It says, the point it says, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. And as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent.
Right. That eyesight is the foresight, man. Being able to see in the darkness. Right. Right now, shit is dark, and Jake is looking for hope in a society that's not going to help you, man. You know. But that's why we push forward, because Yahawashi has given us the foresight to see the prophecies, man. All right. We're able to say before because we see, just like John the Revelator, you know, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, so on and so forth, Daniel, you know, what did they got visions of the end. So therefore they went out and spoke upon it. That's why the Most High give particular brothers dreams, you know, videos, brothers. Now you got the, you know, the technology that we have to, you know, with the graphics, you could bring everything to life. It's like, oh wow, it's like, but it's crazy because Jake still can't see it.
Yo, I get something real quick. This is Matthew chapter 13. Man, I'm just starting at 15. This is Matthew 13, verse 15. It says, for this people's heart is waxed gross, and their ears are dull of hearing, and their eyes they have closed. Lest at any time they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and should understand with their heart, and should be converted, and I should heal them. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For verily I say unto you, that many prophets and righteous men have desired to see those things which ye see, and have not seen them, and to hear those things which ye hear, and have not heard them.
That's an investment that grows. Because you think about the men back then, what Yahawashi was saying, like, we get more than they got back then.
They got to see Yahawashi, we get to see the prophecies.
Yeah,
you know?
Yep, exactly.
And the thing is that we are those men, if we're the same alike, you know. So there was the season to write, and now there's the season to come back and interpret and see it. And there was the season that if we are those men, we got put to death. But this time we're not going to get put to death. This time that standard is going to be raised. We're going to be made gods on earth right before, and we won't be that standard, that battle axe written up in Jeremiah the 51st chapter. You know?
Yeah, I got a quick precept. This is Hebrews 6 and 18. That by two immutable things in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong consolation, who have fleed for refuge to lay hold on the hope set before us.
He said a strong consolation, man. You know, remember there's another scripture where basically the man that we sold, if a brother can get that, if a man sell his own soul for sale.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's 838.
Con. Oh, that's the same one? Con, that's the spirit. Because that go right with that. You know? Go ahead.
This is Mark chapter 8 and verse, I'll start at verse 36. Says, for whatsoever, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? Or what shall a man give in exchange of his soul? It says, wait, is that what you wanted?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, he says it might be in another book. You know, he said they received their consolation for selling their soul. So there's yeah. I could be mixing it up, but Yahawashi spoke about a consolation that was of the world. Now that one that Tom Moore was bringing out, that's a strong that's a whole nother consolation. You know? Yeah. That's a whole nother one.
If the brother define that scripture, we'll continue, right? This is Hebrews 6 and 18. That by two immutable things in which it was impossible for the Most High to lie, we might have a strong constellation, who have fleed for refuge to lay hold upon the hope set before us, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul.
Ooh, yeah. Hope is an anchor of the soul, man. One of my favorite scriptures is hope deferred maketh the heart sick. But he said, but the desire that cometh is what? Tree of life. It's a tree of life. We're receiving a tree of life through hope. You know?
Hey, that's what's going to get us through the time. That's
right.
Go hand in hand with faith.
Yeah.
Why these niggas out here, these 2/3, they going to be out here hopeless.
Right.
You know? We going to have hope. Like you mentioned, we the light. We have that light in the darkness.
Right.
You know?
And I love that how it says an anchor of your soul. Because an anchor is what? Something that holds you down.
Right.
A boat won't sink. You know, a boat won't drift off if you got the anchor.
It won't even move.
That goes into being grounded. You know, that goes into being grounded because you know, scripture says to be grounded in this.
Yeah.
So
Unmovable, steadfast.
right. That consolation, I think it was Luke 6.
Yeah.
It says that woe to you that are rich.
Yep.
It says I'll start at verse 23. Luke 6 and 23. Rejoice ye in that day and leap for joy, for behold, your reward is great in heaven. For in like manner did their fathers unto the prophets. But woe unto you that are rich, for ye have received your consolation.
That goes into the point brother was saying, because we're living in a time of the vengeance of the prophets. All throughout them different captivities, you know, when we go through Daniel's Nebuchadnezzar's statue, the prophets will be put to death, put to flight, jail, all kind of things. For the things that they saw. Right? But this time now it's going to come to fruition. That's why this time is so heavy, because that's why the scripture talk about what? It says, brothers know, those that be destroyed is going to be like a wave, and them that be delivered is like a drop. It's going to be such a drastic difference, because the wave was winning the whole time. Now the drop is going to win. You know? You know?
Hey, I mentioned earlier how all these ninjas, they on the sickness train. But what the Lord doing at this point is now judging the wicked. Now righteousness is going to be established. You know, like you got the wicked himself being destroyed over there.
Yeah, man.
You know, so it's time. The water Yahawashi.
The water Yahawashi be
You know, because the wicked is going to be judged, man.
Right, man.
And we always say at the camp, there's that transfer of power. While the wicked's always up here, and then now it's just like, oh, okay.
Because Ecclesiastes 3 and 1 says there's a time, season, and purpose under the heavens. And then they go into a different, things to let you know it's a season and purpose. Now we're in that time that the Lord is going to start judging the wicked. And that starts with 2/3, down to you heathens, and ultimately the wicked himself, Esau Edom.
Yes, sir.
And that's why also Isaiah 4 talks about 7 women cleaving to 1 man, because there's literally going to be a shortage of men out here. With the draft and all of them dying off, you see the femininity movement, the emasculation of men. So there's going to be very few men and even less few elect men that these women are going to gravitate to because they're going to see that that's their only protection. Because even the dude that's 300 pounds, cock diesel, a bunch of guns, when he dies on the street, the moment he comes out, because the Most High wasn't with him, there's going to be a separation between the men and the boys.
Hey, man, can you imagine? You gotta imagine, man. Shit hit the fan. Seeing the scriptures say in Jeremiah, I think it's 16 or 3, it talks about how a dead body shall be as dung on the street. So imagine you alive and you walking past and seeing dead bodies just laid there for days. A body become a landmark.
Yeah.
Laying there for days. It's like, okay, go.
Yup.
You know where you at now.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because a nigga guts in the street, man.
Yeah. Hey, that's gonna bring 2/3 to no hope.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Like how you mentioned, like the transfer of power, you got rap sales that's down 40%, man. Rappers are starting to complain, talking about they need to come together. But that's because what? Through the men of the Lord, bringing out that righteous vibration throughout the earth, everybody's starting to get tired of that nigga shit, man.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting tired of hearing adultery. And this is Psalms 85:11 says, truth shall spring out of the earth. And part of the truth is what's pleasing to the Lord. And, you know, one of the things that's pleasing to the Lord is following the Lord's statute commandments to the best of your ability, one of them being don't be an adulterer, man. But now rap music, that's all they rap about, man. They rap about murder, and nobody want to hear about that shit no more, man.
Sexy right. Hey, let me just finish it real quick. Hebrews 6:19, which hope we have as an anchor of the soul, both sure and steadfast, and which entereth into that within the veil. Whether the forerunner is for us entered, even Yahawashi made in high priest forever after the order of Melchizedek.
Yeah.
I got
a perfect sacrifice, a perfect priesthood.
Now I brought up the word consolation and it's the word consolation. It says a calling near or a summons, a supplication. It's my favorite, a consolation of comfort and solace, that which affords comfort or refreshment.
That's the kingdom, man. The new Jerusalem. You know, new heaven and the new earth. All right? Showing you that the earth is not going to be done away with, man. All right? The scriptures tell you in the book of Ecclesiastes, but also will be reiterated in Revelation. How is it going to be a new heaven and a new earth? And you got people talking about, you know, that the earth is going to be blown up to smithereens or what have you. You know, it doesn't make sense. Right? These prophecies got to be fulfilled, man. All right?
I think about the guy that say about hell. There's no hell, man.
Yo, Salaki, brother, now spiritual mentioned that. You know, I was breaking bread with the elder brother about Zamba, and we was talking about it, and I mentioned him because we was feeding off each other. You really think about it, right? Check it out, right? These dudes, these other, like you mentioned the hell thing, right? IUIC, they believe that, right? Now, and what do they say the mark of the beast is? Christianity. Nigga, you teaching Christianity. That don't make sense. How much sense does that make? Here it is, you're indoctrinating the people back to Christianity, but at the same time you say it's the mark of the beast. Nigga, then you got the mark, right? You trying to get away from these false doctrines and things of that nature. Those are strongholds, man. All right? That nigga putting Jake back in chains, man. You know?
Yeah, we were just talking about that. He says Israel's united in Christ. That's blasphemy.
That's Christianity, bro. That's nothing different than the Holy Roman Empire, man.
Right.
All right, which was ruled by niggas. Jake, Constantine, man.
Yep.
Them niggas, what did they do? They put Jake into captivity with them fables, man. All right, so that nigga ain't doing nothing different, man.
I get something real quick. Romans chapter 14, verse 13. Let us not therefore judge one another anymore, but judge this rather, that no man put a stumbling block or an occasion to fall in his brother's way.
Beautiful, beautiful. And there's a difference between judging and judgment. All right, that judging right there is talking about, you know, a particular brother do something and you want to condemn him. You want to kick him out with some stupid shit or whatever the case is. But that's how it was in the ancient time, especially dealing with the law. A man committed a particular sin, he go to a refuge city. You know, that's what they did to Yahawashi. They made him, he was without the camp. So you would push people away, and that was judging. All right, so Yahweh, as we getting the truth, the 100% truth back, all right, we got to be more merciful and understand it, but you can't teach false philosophies, man. That's one thing that's not intolerable, man. You know? You see a lot of altercations within you go on the Corinthians, Philippians, and the different things that Paul had to settle. But when it came to the false doctrines, nah, get them niggas out of here, man. God, he said, you know, he sent them, he cursed a lot of them dudes, man. You know? Teaching law, shalom.
GOC City.
Okay, you see, that's the spirit. Spirit, man. That's the spirit.
I'm still trying to get right.
I know, but that's the name of the game. That's the name, bro. We don't want trying to get right, bro.
That's what I'm not going to church for.
See, that's the spirit. That's what we talk about.
I come real. If I come, I got to come real.
Yeah, brother. Yeah. That's right, man. Hey,
I'm trying.
yeah. You just gotta get them names, man. You gotta
It's
get
a card.
no card. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Yeah, the brothers got YouTube. Going out doing lessons. What's the YouTube? Yeah. Brother came in the camp, saluted brothers. Hey, man, that's the spirit, man. You know? Yeah, man. Yeah. And one of the things we gotta say, you know, through the spirit is the name. You know, the name of the Lord is Yahawashi, Yahawashi, man. You know, the name you go into Ahaya is I am. That's not what that's not what we call the Heavenly Father. All right, we don't call Yahawashi name is not the same as Isaiah. It's the same as Joshua. Okay, Joshua will be the transliteration to the English, all right, as opposed to Isaiah. All right, that's Acts 7 and 45, man. You know, when Stephen was going into that history, you know, it was documented. It said Jesus, which goes back to what Yahawashi, which is Joshua essentially. You got it? All right, hey, do your thing, my brother.
Quick precept. Since the brother mentioned the name, real quick regarding Yahawashi, Matthew 1 and 21, and she shall bring forth a son, and thou shalt call his name Yahawashi, for he shall save his people from their sins.
And the name is important. We were bringing out the precepts earlier about that name, man. You know, because the name is important. Like, First Timothy goes into how especially in the latter times, those that be given to the seducing spirits, not just doctrines of devils, man. You know, you gotta. Hey, the name is very important, man, because that's where your salvation is at. The Lord only has one name, Father and Son. Yahawah, why Yahawashi, man. You know?
Amen. Even the word, this brother goes to all the time. You know, when Judah came about, and the mother said what? Said, think Yahawah, water Yahawah. You know, I'm sorry, Most High things. It is Yahawah. It's not a higher. You feel me?
Exactly.
It don't make no sense.
Exactly.
It don't make no sense.
Yeah. That's the strongholds, though, man. That's more of them strongholds, man. You got a lot of strongholds in Israel, man. You know, the elder brother Barak Bar was going into Saul, the two Sauls. You know, Saul had the spirit on him, and then the Most High took the spirit off of Saul. You know, because you got men that are coming sincere, and then they on fire, teaching the right things, and then all of a sudden they fucking up. You know, they just all over the damn place, man, teaching fables and making a foot. Because one of the accounts that was brought out was that Saul, one of the things that Saul did, he tried to make a sacrifice himself. That was completely off. He made his approach to the sacrifice was wrong. You know, like one of the brothers brought out Melchizedek, Malak Tazadak. That's how we making our sacrifice, man. Through Melchizedek. We're not making a sacrifice no other way. And that sacrifice is a perfect sacrifice. Okay?
He also outlawed people dealing with witches, and then he went, what'd he do? He went and seen the witch and do.
Right. But the Most High put the spirit on him to do that. If you really pay attention to it, like, he didn't want to kill David. Remember, because David would play the harp. And then that's when he would calm down, but then he would cry. It was like the Most High put that, like the Most High treated, I was talking to the brother, we was rapping, I gotta give credit due, we was rapping. Basically the Most High he treated Saul like he treated Pharaoh. Because Pharaoh wanted to let go of Israel. He kept putting that spirit on him. So that's what, you got people like Nate, you can tell, Nate want to say the name, but like the Most High, like, nah, you gonna do my bidding. You know, just like Judas.
So in 1 Samuel 16 and 14, but the Spirit of the Lord departed from Saul, and an evil spirit from the Lord troubled him.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and that happens to particular men. And it happened to all these different leaders, man. You know, Nate, Johanna, Yana teach the same shit. They teach hell. They teach all that, man. Well, not. I don't think he teach hell. He teach something. It's something that.
You really want to know? Jacob Trouble's gay. He got butt sex. He was so
Yeah. That craziness.
John the Baptist, not a man.
Yeah. It's all kind of craziness, man. You know.
And that goes back to what I read, I think it was in Jeremiah, where that the Lord had received that prophet, man.
Right.
You know, so it's all of the Most High. There are many
Ananias.
there are many true prophets, but there are a lot more false prophets. So there's going to be more false prophets than true prophets. Man.
Yeah.
So that's why you got to watch out. You know, like it says in 1 John the 4th chapter, man. You know, the first verse.
That's why it's important to fear the Lord, man.
Try the spirits, whether they be of the Most High. Yeah. That's important, man, because that goes into when he starts to talk about the anti-Messiah.
Right.
And that's what we see. They end up as anti-Messiah, right? Which is destroying the eschatology of Christianity, man. Of course, as time goes on, I want to do a video on that, man. How the eschatology, because in the mind of Christians, it's supposed to be the Messiah, the evaporation, which is known as the rapture. People are supposed to disappear, and then the Antichrist is supposed to be on the scene, and then all kind of wickedness is supposed to be there, and then that's when the Messiah returns and destroys the Antichrist. But right now, the earth is in turmoil, man. Ain't nobody going to evaporate. Everybody going to see this wickedness go down.
And the scriptures say it's many antichrists.
Right.
You know, it's
Right.
not just one, and they still teach that shit. You know, certain videos I watch, you know, Edomites putting out certain news, they know the agenda of the elite.
Right.
And then they talk about this one Christ, this one antichrist
Yeah.
coming. That's bullshit, man.
Yeah.
Anti means against. So anybody that's against the Messiah is an antichrist. You know, if you're speaking against this gospel and doctrine, you're an antichrist.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
I got something. Actually, I need to bring this out too, since I quoted it. This is 1 John chapter 4, verse 1. Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of the Most High, because many false prophets are going out in the world. Okay, and that's scripture I wanted to bring out because there are many false prophets, man. Just like I said, there's many more false prophets than true prophets. And I wanted to bring this out too. This is Titus chapter 1 and I'll start at verse 9. It says, holding fast the faithful word as he hath been taught. Again, going back to we speaking the same thing from what I said. We're speaking the same thing that the prophets spoke back then. There's nothing that we changed, man. Okay, we're being taught from like the apostles taught us. We never changed it, man. The apostles nailed us on down.
Yeah, you're not supposed to remix the doctrine.
Right.
You know, you're supposed to stay, in the teachings in which you was taught.
Right.
You know, and not remix. Matter of fact, the scriptures tell you in Revelation not to add or take away.
Yeah.
You know?
Or you want to add on, he's going to take you away from the book of life and add on to his plagues.
It says, holding fast the faithful word as he has been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers. For
Hey, that's why brothers do the videos, man. That's why, brothers be on these other false, or you obsessed and all this other craziness, right? But look, one of the tasks of the men of the Lord is to convince the gainsayers. Because that's the order of the bishop, going into that. Same thing with Timothy. Same thing, but it's all of us essentially, because we follow the examples of our leaders.
Right.
You think, that it's a coincidence or that it's harassment. Someone would say that's a natural-minded individual that Pastor Tahar and brothers get on bait and get on vocab. Nah, man, we doing what we was told to do, man. Told to do, man.
Defend the
Like the
gospel.
members of the gospel.
Yeah, he told Ezekiel prophesied against the false prophets.
There you go. Yeah,
that's
yeah,
the
yeah.
point. Yeah.
Yup.
Come. It says, for there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision,
There you go.
whose mouths must be stopped.
Yeah. One of the things I'll say this. In GreatMillStone, one of the things that we emphasize is that niggas are more wicked than Edomites.
Fact.
The emphasis when you go and listen, let's talk to your family member. Ask them about the Hebrew Israelites. Brothers know, oh y'all be out there yelling at the white people. If you know about GreatMillStone, we getting on niggas more than anybody.
Niggas that know the truth.
Exactly, or that exactly, brother. Exactly. They're supposed to know better, man. That's what Yahawashi, you know, and knocking on the door season, you're going on. Even though he did get on Herod. He did get on Herod about dealing with his brother's wife, right? And then, you know, he was doing his bidding because people looked up to Herod. The people looked up to Herod. But overall, there's a whole chapter on the Pharisees, you know?
Real quick, finishing us up, it says, whose mouths must be stopped, whose subvert whole houses, teaching things which they ought not for filthy lucre's sake.
You know, some guys take that bag. Some guys take that bag, man. And they gotta teach lies, man. They gotta drive you away from the actual truth.
Remember, I think not too long ago, one guy was saying, you don't hate Esau. How can you hate the person that you gotta go through for everything? That's how you know he gave you the bag.
That's what Yahawah said. That's what he's remember because we don't hate white. Oh, that's the only time you see the nigga eyes. Only time you ever see Yahawah's eyes. That nigga came out of court. We don't hate white people. God hates white people. When he said that, and then Nate Man said that. Yeah, Nate Man said that. I said, nah. They took the same bag. They signed the same contract, man. That's what you're gonna realize, right? See, and that's how we know that the MOTB is the MOTB. Because even you seeing now with these celebrities, man, they getting dragged under the bus like Puffy and these niggas. And just like Slock and the rappers and shit, all these motherfuckers, they think they sign contracts for 5 albums, 10 albums, or the niggas or athletes sign a contract for 3 years. Nigga, you in for life. And that's what the same thing with Nate and Yahawah, man. Them niggas did deals, you in for life, nigga. You ain't gonna just be able to just get your little bag and dip off. Nah, nigga, you in for life. So more and more. That's why the scriptures say, evil seducers shall wax worse and worse. You know? You gonna keep hearing more and more wickedness because them niggas signed that contract for life, man. And then you gonna have to push the MOTB because that's in your contract whether you know it or not, nigga. All right?
That's going to what I read in Mark 8:36. Do you have something?
Yeah, I had a quick one. Jeremiah 5, 26 through 28 it says, for among my people are found wicked men. They lay wait as he that setteth snares, they set a trap, they catch men.
Was that Psalm 119 that waited for me to destroy me? Something like that?
Yeah. As a cage full of birds, so are their houses full of deceit. Therefore they are become great and waxing rich. They are waxing fat. They shine, yea, they overpass the deeds of the wicked. They judge not the cause of the fatherless, yet they prosper, and the right of the needy do they not judge.
And you know, it's one thing, you know, Jake, he's wicked, you know, because he in the world, he doing worldly shit. But there's another thing, somebody of the circumcision that know Jack and lied purposely, man. That's wicked.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. That's why Yahawashi said, I'd rather you cold or hot.
Right.
Either you in or you out.
Right.
You know?
I got something.
Hey, real quick, that's what I was trying to say to the that wicked is lawful servant. He said, because I know it's to do my will. He said, because the lawful servant said, I know that was all spare men. You know?
That's right. That's right. Yeah, he had a fake ass humility about him. I went into that. You know, he came weep. Oh God, I didn't know. Then you did know. You know?
Yeah, man, because he's one that latest talents in the napkin, man.
Yep.
But even though it reminds me of that movie, that show Ozarks, he giving you this money to invest it, man, so that you can pretty much clean it for him and give him back like pretty much double what he gave you, man.
Right.
You know, making a profit off of it. Right. So that's how we're supposed to make profit off of this truth. You know, not just be standstill. All right. Be lukewarm. You know, Yahawashi said be like rivers of living water, which is rivers of living water is what constant, man, and it's very, very resourceful.
Yeah.
Right. You can do so much with living water, man. But in stagnant waters, it gets disgusting and mucky, you know, dirty. All right, that's where all the mosquitoes want to be chilling at and shit. They're gonna tear your ass up. So you know, you put in that talent in the napkin, man. You just being standstill with it. You really gotta invest, man. And it helps us furthermore anyway, man. You know, it helps us be more grounded in this truth. You know, be more real in this truth, man. And be more prepared for when them times come. That's like in Luke the 6th chapter about the two different houses, one built on the sand and then one built on stone. As we doing these lessons and as we staying in the spirit, we're continuously building on that stone, you know, which the cornerstone is Yahawashi, man. So now when all hell break loose, the Lord gonna cover us, man. Yahawashi said that himself, you know, in Revelation the 3rd chapter. You know, because we kept the patience, he's gonna keep us from the hour of temptation. Man.
I got a quick precept since you mentioned the word prophet, right? This is Hebrews chapter 4, verse 1. Let us therefore fear, lest the promise being left us of entering into his rest, any of you should seem to come short of it, for unto us was the gospel preached, as well as unto them. But the word preached did not profit them, not being mixed with faith in them that heard it.
Yeah. So prophet in that verse kind of makes me think of how Dutch we have a dance. You know, it did nothing for you. You know, and honestly, it's gonna do something for the ones that actually lose my train of thought.
Yeah, well, the prophet, because when we eat this word, it's supposed to profit us in our faith. Right. You know, we're not just being hearers of the word, but doers of the word. You know, and it's a thing too. Knowing the name of the Lord. You can know the name, but do you believe in it? You know? Because it profits us, man.
Hey, even I'm gonna say you like you're reading, you know, going back to IUIC, you know, in the camp. You know, they got just these zombies that just follow just off of namesake. Like you have Apostle of the Heart today, he was going in about a word. He was like, you know, don't take my word for it. You know, just be like the Church of Corinthians and all that. You know what I'm saying? Go figure it out yourself. Don't just take my word for it. You know, and we're not doing that because scriptures talk about when you have faith, have to thyself first. You know.
Yeah, the brother sent me an updated clip, a new one. IURC. Remember years ago, they had them in the hall, and they was like training them to be prophets. They got a new one. I think that's 2023.
Yeah, the young kids.
The young kids now, when they sitting there in front of them, you know, yelling at them. Yo, are you kidding me, man? This ain't about faith. This is carnal.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Hey, we didn't stand before a mirror and practice being prophets.
Right.
We came out here in faith and through the Spirit of the Lord that He put upon us for Qadash, be able to teach. You know?
Yeah.
You don't, that's carnal.
It's an act.
Yeah. And so that's why when you check IUIC out, they always got like a carnal. That's why the men don't act like normal men. Because they walk past us sometimes and being surprised. We witnessed one time the pride on these dudes, yo. And it's like you want to say, you know, we saying Shalom and they just like it's just like, God damn, your dudes are not human. We're a regular man. Then the guy in the back, he might go, I'm like, all right, he normal.
Yeah.
The rest of them, like, what's wrong with y'all? Y'all act like we beefing.
Yeah.
Y'all act like we about to we beefing, about to kill each other.
Right.
Can't be. We're not beefing with y'all, man. It's spiritual, man.
Yeah.
You know? But they act like that, man, because why? It's not backed by faith.
Exactly.
Men in GreatMillStone is backed by faith through Yahawashi.
Yeah.
You know, that's why brothers able to do lessons like that, because it's through faith.
Yes, sir.
That's why I love the apostles, because they teach us, they want us to be leaders, man. Not just followers, but leaders as well, man. Them dudes is all followers,
Yeah,
man.
you think about it, at the end, you're going to be on your own. You're going to be on your own, man. You're going to lose faith because you can't call a brother. You're going to lose faith because you can't call a brother.
Yeah, what they gonna do when all hell breaks?
You're supposed to be able to teach your home. You got to be ahead of your house.
Yeah.
You know, you might get some limits.
Or you an infidel.
Yeah, exactly. You might, you know, the Lord might use you for prophecy. Isaiah 4:1. You got 3 or 4 women, you know. Come on, man. You got to be a leader, man. You know.
Brothers in GreatMillStone, even though we don't have like the word you always say, curriculum. Brothers in GreatMillStone, they don't have no curriculum, and yet brothers are more well versed.
Right. There you go. Yeah, because we do things in the spirit. That's why brothers in GreatMillStone able to do what? They set the camera up. Brother just push the button. Push the button. You don't know what you're gonna say. Push the button. You got probably 3 precepts you want to get into to set you off, so you can start, you know, elaborating. Push the button. You read precept. All of a sudden, precepts start coming to your mind.
Yeah.
Like, oh, hold on. Go ahead. That's
start off on one topic, you know, draft off, lift off a little, get back on topic.
Hey, that's Apostle all day, man. That's Apostle all day, man.
You know, if you got the knowledge in you and you study, you know, all you got to do is push the button and pray to the Lord, and He's gonna send this word to you.
Yep. Ask and ye shall receive.
what's the name? It's just like it's comparing it to like you look at someone who knows how to rap, that's freestyling, you know, they freestyling good versus somebody, you know, you can tell they're not good. They gotta sit there and write it. And, you know what I mean? They can't like this is natural. It's talent.
You respect them a lot more, you know, if they go off the top, you know. But you, right, you know, okay.
I'm not. I was just gonna say, the person that can freestyle and his freestyle sound like it's written, you know that man got talent.
Yeah, right.
Unlike somebody that can write real good. I got a guy that can write real good. But,
I would say it's not certain brothers more and more like they gotta have everything laid out. Like for instance, Apostle Charles. Oh yeah, cut. Oh, also yeah, Shalomar. Apostle Ramla. Yo, the way he lined up scriptures, and then okay, he hits a point, and then boom, next scripture, boom. I'm like, yo, how? But that's his style. That's but like you know, brothers got different flavor, man. But you know when it's according to the spirit. That's what matters. Right. That's what matters, man. You know.
And like a lot of them dudes is good at rapping and stuff like that. Because well, this is Hebrews 6:10. For the Most High is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love. It's something that they love to do, man.
Yeah. It's not to knock any brother. I know what brothers are saying. Some brothers just different like that. They gotta have everything mapped out. Like you said, you got the guy that's a writer. Like a not like whatever. Nas is a writer, man. All right, Jay-Z's off the top, man. All right. Yeah, both. Well,
I don't know about Jay-Z.
See.
Yeah, one get out.
Leave it alone. We gonna get out. Salutations.
Drake is trash because somebody writes his music.
See.
So one get out.
It's all right. But the point of the matter is, you know, you got brothers in different styles. You know.
And that goes into the talents, man. You know, every brother according to their ability. Right?
Yeah.
So this brother may have something that I can't do, you know, and vice versa.
Yeah, we feed off each other on that, though. You know. Hey, one thing, you know, apostles always push, especially apostles to heart. You got brothers that are strong in the law. You got brothers that are strong in prophecy, in the Hebrew, you know, in the Hebrew too. But yeah, because the law and the history kind of go together. But them brothers should be linking up with one another and getting with one another. Right. That kind of thing, you know. So you see a brother that is lacking or is strong where you lack. Be humble enough to rock with that brother. You know what I'm saying? Because that's going to make you a sharp, precious instrument. You look at if you look at the apostles, they really don't go to one another for particular things. They just all well-rounded in every aspect. You know? I always said that, remember back in the day, like a 34th, Elder Taz would be right there. You know he mad nice in the history. Sharp as hell in the history. Bishop Taz mad nice in the history. How many times you ever seen him come over here and ask him to elaborate? Because they know themselves. It's like, damn, that's why I was like, yo, man, we gotta be well-rounded in this thing, man. You know? All right, there you go.
So, it's good, man. I may as well get right now into the talents. Matthew chapter 25.
Man, it's speaking about like the first love, man. This is our first love before everything else, man. Everything we do is evolved around how can it benefit Yahawashi and Rawchaa.
Right.
I got it. This is Matthew chapter 25, verse 14. It says, "For the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. And unto one he gave 5 talents, and to another two, and to another 1. To every man according to his several ability. And straightway took his journey." It says, I'll just read this one and skip down. It says, then he that had 5 talents received 5 talents, went and traded his talent traded with the same, and made them 5 other talents. And that, again, like I said, as far as iron sharpened iron. If this brother may know a certain thing, I can go off of them and we share, you know. So, and that's a beautiful thing according to this truth, man.
Build. Stock
We can
exchange,
build.
man.
Yeah, man.
It's stock
You know,
exchange.
it's just a building, man.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's pretty much the point. I just want to make that point because, yeah, man, the Most High sees us individually. And also, I forgot what brother was saying, but it made me think of how the Most High does see us individually. You know, these aren't ordinary brothers. The elect
aren't some just ordinary men that just are just straight followers. No, these are straight leaders, man. So honestly, Lord Yahawashi shine for GMS for the Mouse knows GreatMillStone, man. You know,
Lord, straight up one of the judges.
thank
Yeah,
yes,
you know, you got to judge right according to Yahawah. So real quick, I got this. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2 and 14. Of these things, put them in remembrance, charging them before the Lord, that they strive not about words to no profit, but to subverting of the hearers. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needed not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth.
That's it. Man, you're rightly dividing the word of truth, man. You know, you study that. That's another major thing, man. Some Jake just don't study, man. You know, videos is good. Watch the videos, yeah. Well, what about certain things you hear? Like sometimes you're supposed to at least stop, pause the video. Hold up. What's that scripture? We gonna look at that real quick.
Screenshot it real
We
quick.
gonna read it. You know, let me research this. You know, that studying, man. That's what's really. And again, that's what really builds you, man. You know.
and also to that, that's also going into eating it with faith as well, because you can just study it just to, oh yeah, just because I know it. Nah, you have to study it because why? First and foremost, to do the Lord's will. That's the whole point about it, is to do the Lord's will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, you know, as brothers talking about studying, you know what I'm saying, like, of course, you know, we go into it, you know, going to the doctrine, you know, GreatMillStone, we all gotta have one mind, and if it's something that we don't understand,
Right.
you know what I mean, ain't nothing to ask the older brother, get some clarity, so you know, you don't end up going off,
Yeah.
wrong, teaching something else.
And it's good to say to, yeah, right. All right, I was going to say, attain to wise counsel. You know? So,
And also too, the studying, it helps your faith. Because now you are what's the word? Persuaded in your own mind of what the truth is. Nobody could come or seduce you with your spirit, come and seduce you and change that.
And that's the other camps. When you talk to the other camps, ask them about a breakdown. They be like, well,
$10.
no, well, they be like, well, Zabak said, or Johanna said, or they don't never say, well, when I research the scriptures, this is what I got. You know? And the brother was saying that's gonna build you, it's gonna make you stable. You know?
and that's what I was getting into as far as this, that a lot of these guys get into the camp for the wrong reason. You know, you
Right.
see IUIC.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You see
I know.
IUIC,
I know.
you see the fact that.
Hey, hold on, Bob.
All right, you go.
I was thinking the same
This
thing.
dude came to the camp looking for Sakari.
Okay.
He came in
Oh,
shirt, garment, fringes on,
With a cap on.
and he didn't even know the camp name. He's like he had, but he dressed like he know he
Like
got the word.
Yeah.
But here it is, he came, he said, I came to the wrong camp. But he's looking for Sakari camp. It's like, yo, what the fuck is that?
I told him he came to
You
the right
don't
camp.
even know the name of your camp. And I say, but you out here like you got the the word, like you got the word with you. You know?
Just the point.
It's Jake Stone
Hey,
again.
the brother said he came to the right camp. You know, he didn't come to the wrong, he came to the right camp, but he was, oh, I gotta go. You know?
Oh,
It's great.
let me get this real quick. Salakia. Joel 2 and 13. And rend your heart and not your garments, and turn unto the Lord your power. For he is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and great kindness, and repentant unto the evil. And you want to speak on it? It said, I'll read it again. Joel 2 and 13. And rend your heart and not your garments.
And that's, because, ripping your garments, that could be just for show, man. You know? But when you rend your mind, that's how you know you're truly in a state of repentance. When you, meditating upon the Lord and, paving out that path, so to speak, with the Lord to continue to do the right thing and repent, man. Because that's what's going to show forth really in the physical, man. That's why, like I said, then attain to the Lord that thy prophet may appear before all.
Yeah.
But it starts in the mind first.
That's
man.
right.
The fasting, fasting, man, prayer, the things that's not even the things that's off camera, man. Because you can do lessons all day, but what are we doing behind the scenes of the camera, man? Are we even praying?
Yes, sir.
And honestly,
So 1 Peter 3:15. But sanctify the Lord God in your hearts, and be ready always to give an answer to every man that asks you a reason of the hope that is in you with meekness and fear.
and honestly,
Sanctify your hearts.
That ha-
Sanctify your heart. Meaning what? Sanctify meaning what? Cleanse your mind. You know? Because then you're able to answer and teach others if you cleanse yourself first.
and
You know?
that also, you gotta be sincere, man. A lot of these guys aren't sincere.
Yeah, he also said, with the hope is in you.
Within you, yeah. Within you, it's in you,
You know, and what the Council of Bar said about educate to draw out.
Draw out, yeah. The Chukade.
Right. So when somebody asks you something, it's kind of like you answer the question, but you keep breaking it down, you keep going into
Elaborate,
it. You know?
yup.
That's how you know it's in you.
Yeah.
Drawing
That's
it out
right.
of you.
And that's why you know, like these other camps, man, they just like a fucking frat or some shit, man. You know, they're not really in it for themselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Every brother's story, but a lot of brothers would go out like dolo, man. Or go out like 2 people, 3 people, and then you eventually join the camp, but you're going out there by yourself because like you're really convinced in your own mind. But then here it is, you got this guy just going out here to be a part of something. You know?
Hey, it's all going to come down to faith at the end, man. At the end, man, we want to hold our crown, man. Not let no man take our crown. Because what you're going to be tested with and tried with is that you might go see this. But Yahawashi said in Revelation 3 and 10, he said, because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I will also keep thee from the hour of temptation.
That's it. That's it. I got this Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and with trembling, man. You know, it's the quiet nights, you in a bed, think about what you did all day. You know, the scripture talk about that, man, in Sirach, the 40th chapter. You know, we ain't gotta get it, but it talks about how that terror comes upon all men on the earth, man. You know, and it says 7 times more to the sinner. You know, but you know, you still have that terror in your mind, that trembling in your mind, man, because you fear the Lord. So that's when you wake up like, yo, man, you order your steps right. Get your day on point. Yo, did I read today? Did I study today? Did I pray today? You know, maybe his brother told me he needed his help. Was I there for him? You know, and it don't always gotta be financial. All right, if we go in that word charity, right? Charity, that don't got nothing to do with finance. All right, charity. Matter of fact, BaHaSham, can we get that real quick? 1 Corinthians 13. Real quick, just to prove that point.
Yeah. We moving it right now?
Yeah, exactly.
Right now.
Exactly. You know,
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 14.
13. BaHaSham.
13
Yep, and 1.
13 verse 1. It says, though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels,
Because tongues is a gift. It's a gift from the Lord. All right, to know particular languages. The water. Yep, go ahead.
and have not charity, I have become as sounding brass or a twinkling symbol.
Right, it's an instrument. You just playing music to no one, but no one's listening. You know, keep going.
It says, and though I have the gift of prophecy,
Right, you know how to prophesy. You know how to break downs. Right, you know. Go ahead.
and understand all mysteries
Right,
and all knowledge,
right,
and though I have all faith,
right,
so that I could remove mountains,
right.
and have no charity, I am nothing.
There's a little more, right?
Yeah, and though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor,
Right, that's that money.
right,
It's showing a separation. You bestowing goods unto the poor, meaning what? You able to help out financially.
right,
That's a separation from what the charity is.
right. And that goes into, that makes you think of Solomon. Why did he want wisdom?
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Real quick, this is
being your brother's
charity,
keeper.
right? It's a Greek word, agate. It says agape. It says affection, goodwill, love, benevolence, brotherly love. Love feast. Strong's. It says a love feast of charitable, dear love.
Yeah, man. Which goes into the fruits of the spirit, the kindness, long suffering. You know, because a brother may irk your nerves or whatever the case is, but yo, that's still a brother.
Yeah.
You know, you still want to check on his well-being because sometimes brothers get into altercations and get into differences because a brother may be going through something.
Yeah.
So you hit him up, yo, brother, everything good? You straight? All right, brother. You know, you rap with him, you know, and then that patches everything up. You know,
Which shows goodwill.
shows goodwill,
Goodwill.
right?
Yeah.
That shit, because you know that a man like that is in this for good intention. You know, it's not that look again. It's not about that look.
Hey man, even Jadakiss, it's a song,
What he said, but he said, when it comes to my family, it's never a problem. It's only a phone call. That's all it takes. One phone call, brother up. Make sure you know, brother, you know what brother may be going through. Like you said, brother, like get that call. Damn, like man, that was good right there. I needed that. You know?
Another thing too, I was thinking about when the Lord said, I think it was with sin. He said, I look now on the outward appearance, you got to look in the inward part of man. Which the inward part of man is looking to see what's sincere.
Exactly.
Or you sincere.
You thinking like the Most High thinks.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
That's being godly.
Yeah, because sometimes Jake, he might do wicked shit, but that don't mean he's wicked.
Right.
He might need to be told the right thing so he can stop doing the wrong thing. You know, once he's told, then all of a sudden, because he might have good intentions, but here it is, he was in his
Sincerity.
yeah, in his sincerity, he was hanging with his boys and shit and thinking that that's what it was. He was never told. So then the Lord stepped in, all of a sudden the man changed his life. You know, he stopped going down that path. You know, so it's the inward part of man. You know, that the Lord look for that pleases the Most High.
I got something. I was gonna say that's a story with Paul. He was sincerely he thought he was doing like the right thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, so 2 Corinthians 2 and 17, for we are not as many which corrupt the word of the Most High, but as of sincerity, but as of the Most High, in the sight of the Most High, speak we in Hamashiach.
That's right.
We're not about corrupting the word, man. And that's man. You know that that's GMS, because some brothers may go off on certain topics. What do you see? You see a video not too long after.
Correction
video.
video.
We went off.
Yeah.
I went off, so I want to correct that. Whoop, man. But you'll never see these other camps doing that, like IUIC, how they kicked out the apostles of the Cornelius topic. And they never say, they never even see a video of Nate saying, I want to correct that. So that's how you know GMS is like, the Spirit Payah BaHaSham, sincere men, in GMS are really a sincerity in the Lord.
Yeah.
The proof is in the pudding.
I'll show you my disciples by what? The love that they have for one another. Part of that love is correction. You know?
That's correction is brothers always say correction is a medicine, man.
Yeah.
You correct, you like, damn, like, all right. And it might fuck you up for a second, but it feels good, And it's just like bitter herbs. You can get bitter herbs. Oh, hey. But
remember
you
that.
feel that, you know what I mean?
Remember that man that remember they chained him, right? And then remember he had the spirits on him, and they chained him up. And then remember Yahawashi, they said remember they did all that they could to try to help him. And Yahawashi healed him. And then what did the scripture say? Then he became to be in his right mind. Showing that the demons was on him, didn't have him in his right mind. But when Yahawashi healed him and showed him the right path, he became what? In his right mind. Them dudes that in their right mind, they bugging out. They got spirits to them.
Yeah, down in Philly.
Oh man, that shit everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
The sight of Midas Sea is real, man. You know, the cesspool of wickedness of Babylon, man. Everywhere, bro. Everywhere. Like,
I got something. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 13 and verse 5. Examine yourselves whether ye be in the faith, prove your own selves. Know ye not your own selves, how that Yahawashi is in you, except ye be reprobates. So and going back to again, examining yourself, man. You gotta constantly check yourself. And it goes into also to renew yourself in the spirit. As scripture say to what? For our inward man is renewed day by day. Though our outward man perish. So yeah, we have to constantly check ourselves whether we were going off, man. And only a true man of the Lord is actually going to do that.
This is Matthew chapter 7, verse 15. Now, the caption in the blue letter, it says a tree and its fruit. It says, beware of false prophets, which come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are raven in wolves. Ye shall know them by their fruits. Do men gather grapes of thorns or figs of the thistles? It says, even so, every good tree bringeth forth good fruit, but a corrupt tree bringeth forth evil fruit. A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit.
Hey, you can see that by the camps, these other camps, man, by the congregation that's affiliated with these camps, of how they are in this ministry, man. They're in this ministry for what other reason they should be is in the spirit. They're not in this ministry for they're in this ministry for basically gain, They still ain't put that old man is still ain't put that away. You know, still niggas in the camp. You know, like you got a lot of people that came into this truth and never put away that old man. You know, and that's a reflection on a lot of these other things, man. And you see it. You know?
It says, verse 19, every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire. Wherefore by their fruits ye shall know them.
You will know if they're sincere or not, because honestly, going back to what the brother brought out as well, as far as when you know all the scriptures, you know this, you know the mysteries and everything like that. You can know all that, and I know one brother in particular, one guy in particular, that he knows every precept and everything like that, but he doesn't believe that the MOTV is the microchip. You know? So it's like, come on, man, it's like you can't get around it.
It's like saying you went to the right road but went the wrong path.
Yeah. You know, and that scripture say also there's a way which seemeth right unto a man, but the end thereof is the ways of death. Yeah. You know, destruction, man. So and that's a scary thing. You know, that the Lord can put a spirit onto you to where you can believe a lie. And you think that you're going the right way, but you're not. So
That's why we try to sing good graces too.
Right.
That's why it's important to be humble, you know, have fear in Yahawashi now shot. Be diligent, you know, be diligent in the work. Study to show thyself approved, like brother brought the scriptures out, you know, so that you gotta pray, you know, constantly, consistently, you know, pray without ceasing. You want the Lord to guide your steps in righteousness, man. Hey, because the Lord can be terrible, man. Hey, the Lord can put lying spirits on you. You know, the Lord can have you do, hey, you in this truth. And you see this. You got guys that was in the truth before, they built brothers up in the truth, and then they fell out.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't nowhere to give place. And when they started teaching some false-ass doctrine, you know, that's scary.
Yeah.
You got these guys now, I mentioned their name, the two knuckleheads, they're talking about praying to, you know, these heavenly names, which is not true. That's kind of, they want you to pray to demons, man. You know, you can't pray into no other name. Just like we mentioned earlier, man. You might visit your family, or, you know, like visit your family during a holiday or whatever. You ain't see your mom, your son, you go over there, they celebrate Christmas. You can't pray with them until no JC, you know, because you be praying unto a false God, man. You gotta make moves, man. Hey, look, I'm right back. Go to the car. Peep back in the window. They done yet? You know, go back in there. What's going on? Man, food ready? You know, yeah. You know, because you can't do that, man. You gotta know who you worship, man. You gotta know who you worship. We know who we worship, man.
Let me real quick. This is Romans chapter 11 and verse 7. What then? Israel hath not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded.
So at the end of the day, it's all about the elect. You know, the elect is going to attain the truth, but the rest is blinded, man. So hopefully, Lord willing, we're a part of that elect, that number, man. That 144, man. You know, 1/3. That's all that elect. You know. Hey, so with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Double honors to our apostles and bishops of GreatMillStone who do well. Salutations to the Lord's elect. Shalom.
Shalom.